Adam Sarikoglu, Mark Stone on the call. We'll take a break and we'll have the first bounce after this.
Your Peter Jackson VFL Club needs you to show your support. Buying a VFL Club membership puts you in the box seat to watch AFL players and the stars of the future at your local ground. The VFL gives you the chance to get in the coach's huddle and enjoy kick-to-kick on the field whilst kids under 15 get in free. To be part of the action, head to vfl.com.au/membership to find out what membership offers are available at your club in 2018.
There's an art to this kind of deal. The guy's got to look the part. He's got to be smart. He's got to be brave. He's got to know when to seize the moment. With Peter Jackson half-year sale, any two suits for $895. The rules are simple, but the art is in the details.
Peter Jackson.
For all the latest Peter Jackson VFL news, results and video links, head to vfl.com.au. Your week is fully planned. See highlights from the latest round of VFL action each Monday. Catch up with all the stats that matter on Tuesday. Wednesday, look through the Toyota top 5 plays of the week. Thursday, stay tuned for the team announcements. Then Friday, preview the next round of action. Visit the Peter Jackson VFL website at vfl.com.au. Get involved.
But it's your job. You'll be fine.
Mate, just because everybody seems like they're doing it doesn't actually mean that they are doing it.
Help your kids understand that betting and sport don't have to go together.
The ads don't always tell you the risks, yeah?
Before you have the talk, check lovethegame.vic.gov.au. Authorised by VRGF Melbourne.
Watch Channel 7 this Saturday for live Peter Jackson VFL action. Head to vfl.com.au for the full list of upcoming broadcast games, results and news, or download the new VFL app, the Peter Jackson VFL. Live this Saturday at 2 p.m. on Channel 7. Get involved.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
There you go.
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au
and upgrade to digital.
The new VFL app is the best way to keep up to date with all the action in the Peter Jackson VFL and Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Follow live scores, get the latest news and see all the game stats at the end of each weekend's round of matches. Search VFL and download it from the App Store. The VFL app. Get involved.
Streaming live through VFL.com.au and Aussie Digital. This is Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Yeah. To get underway here.
Streaming live through VFL.com.au and Aussie Digital. This is Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Underway, here's Michael Leeds at Sandringham taking on Werribee.
And we're at half forward for Sandringham, but it's going to come away through Werribee, and the long kick from Barrack sees it over the line. So they'll toss it in. Little rub of the head for Brett from Noon, and we're nowhere underway in a contest here. Centre wing, beautiful afternoon for footy. Perfect conditions really, not too much of a breeze. And the ball to be tossed back in, centre wing. Longer knocked it down, couldn't find a teammate originally. Maishman goes to work on Seckle. They both track it over together. There's Minchington there as well for the Zebras.
Werribee,
we're set to do it all again.
Werribee won a toss. Michael Sotomayor won a toss. Kick to the Sortner end, the southern end. There's a 2 or 3 goal breeze to that end, boys.
So we'll keep an eye on that one as it develops. Stoney, that's Mark Stone, boundary side for us. Here's Maishman coming away from the contest, couldn't find a man, but he bounces up very strongly and gets a hold of Canellan. The umpire comes in and he will toss it in again. So we've gone a minute here in the opening term, yet to have a score. Plenty of kids and families on their way in, enjoying a Sunday at the Peter Jackson VFL. This one's not going far. I think we need Adam Sarikoglu to come on board and get a clean clearance.
Yeah, as we're approaching winter, it's about as good as conditions are going to get. We've had some very cold weeks here in Melbourne as Sandringham trying to just gain possession through battle, but he had a lot of Werribee players around him. Then he forces Sharp over the line. Boundary throw in.
it'll be about, this will be one in the midfield, boys. The amount of the ball and the players can get their hands on the ball first. We'll get it out, get it to the outside. So beyond ball, that's where it'll be won and lost.
Here, there's a fair bit of a breeze there in our effects, Mike. Sotomarco goes into the deck, another stoppage. So it's a big game for both sides in the lower reaches of the ladder. As we mentioned, 3-game losing streak for Werribee, a 4-game losing streak for the Zebras. 2 wins apiece. Armitage sends the Zebras inside 50. 2-on-1, no mark taken, ground level battle with the snap. First goal of the day goes Sandringham's way, 2.5 minutes in.
Seen Josh battle a few weeks ago, really good player, and right place, right time, snap on goal for a goal, and good start for the Zebras. 2 minutes in, 2.5 minutes in.
And it came from Armitage, Stoney. Very clean ball from the stoppage. That was the first real clean ball we've had from an opportunity where the play had stopped, and he looked very dangerous early. So we'll keep an eye on him for you, Saints fans.
He should dominate, shouldn't he, at this level? If the experience he's got. Joey Mation, the young fellow who's running with him, is probably a 3-year player in David Armitage, experienced player.
I think Weikart's got Hooper for the afternoon too. Hooper in game 101 in the VFL. Here's Maishman from the middle. Away they go. Maloney knocked it over the top. It was worked out okay for Maishman, who had to go and get it, and did it nicely. Swings it around the body, but straight through the hands there. Deep in defence of Joyce. He looked like he had it covered, but in the end it slipped through. And now, a few Werribee players just letting him know that that's what's taken place.
Of course, Nick Coughlin, a former St Kilda listed player, would have played a lot of footy here, and obviously we're Werribee this year.
Berry doing good work in the ruck, but got it down as far as Armitage, who goes to work in the back pocket, one way then the other on his right. Boot Brett, stronger hands here. Now, can they turn and go quickly here, Werribee? Long ball inside the 50. They get a contest, but they're not going to get a mark. Chance for Coughlin at the back. Has he snapped there first? He has. Very sharp work. He looks a dangerous player, Stoney.
Yeah, he's a really good player. A lot of injury, a lot of hamstring issues, and he's a former Murray Bushranger, and great to see Nick Coughlin knows a lot of the boys in the Werribee team. That's why he come to Werribee, and just looking to really establish himself again, and an opportunity to try and get AFL listed.
4.5 gone opening term, 1 goal straight, 6 apiece.
The fast start to this round 8 Peter Jackson VFL clash. It's Billy Longer back in the middle against Berry. Around the grounds leads he.
32 apiece between the Eagles and the Hawks. Halfway into the second term.
Yeah, halfway into the second term there under the lid today. We have the umpire spotting a free kick out of the centre bounce, and a free kick will go Sandringham's way. Seacole has it inside the centre square. That's where it'll stay for the time being. Third possession coming up for David Armitage, and he's going to go wide. Not a great ball. It's a turnover. Coughlin picks it up and goes towards half forward, and look at the space open up with a bad bounce. And it ends up in Sandringham hands as Weikart combines with Armitage to 1-2. Centre half back. Hand pass went off to Seacole. Has to go wide. Wanted someone to present. Kicked it out to open space instead. Petterwood gets it onto the left. Up towards half forward. Not a great ball in the right spot. Was Derek Joyce.
One thing where we've got to do is just, and Sandringham, is that turnovers will kill you. And so you can't have a kick inside forward 50 and turn the ball over.
So Noon to bring it back out of the half-back flank. He's going to kick a long ball along the wing on the scoreboard side of the ground. No clean possession initially. Taken away nicely by Payton, who goes further down the wing. Quick hands are going to come back to Payton. Well played, Ben. Got it away again. Now they need to get moving. Underneath the scoreboard still, but a long raking left boot for Battle. Oh, he had it covered. Dropped the footy. Bounced back. Barrack alongside him. Little handball. Set it up to the top of the square. Weikart's gone forward. Can he find Armitage? Well tackled. Ball spills free. Free kick for Maishman. Good defensive pressure, and he'll take it in the back pocket.
So we've got a goal apiece here, and we've played 6.5 minutes as the Tigers look to use the Beach Road side. Kick just got to Petterwood. Still they maintain possession. We go towards half forward. Worm-burning pass for Bennett, the 23rd man. Went back by hand, needed some help and got it. Up towards half forward, away from Corbett that time. And they're going to work this out, the Zebras. Goddard was involved. Hand pass to Clever Reno. Now it's in the hands of Breed Seacole. He's had a fair bit of the ball early. We go in board, turnover. Tigers get it back and they go inside 50. Mark was dropped. At the fall there was Noon. Ball just eluded him. Berry with the tackle. Ball pinballing around here. Peterwood's trying to work his way through the traffic. Armitage fumbled. Had enough help not to turn the ball over. Umpire finally sorts that mess out with a ball up.
A lot of pressure around the ball from both sides, boys. It's a really hot contest at the moment.
Mark Stone, boundary side today. Michael leads Adam Sarikoglu up in the box as Armitage again. Tackled as soon as he got the ball. It's up for grabs. Socket away. No mark was paid there. Some good pressure there from Barrick. Out the back it comes. Hand pass out from Joyce. Had to get it to Noon. He was under immediate pressure. Hot footy right now, this one. Pinballing around once more. Going in. Coughlin to lock things up. Right forward pocket. We have a ball up. Inside 50 for Werribee. It's 1 straight 6 apiece.
6 remaining second term. Hawks 38, Eagles 33. Deep in the forward pocket here for Werribee. Going nowhere quickly. Umpire will come in and toss it up.
Umpire letting the game go, boys. We're really letting the game flow.
Yes, she's willing to. Plenty of pressure around the footy. Longer knocked it down. Quick snap isn't going to eventuate for Mashman. Going to work is Armitage. It spills out the back. Now some dash. Minchington got it away from Langlands, but they're going to turn it over a fancy. Some strong tackling from Peterwood. No surprises there, Mark Stone. He is one of the hardest men to get past in the VFL.
Have a guess what his nickname is, boys?
And do go on.
Diesel.
Very fitting. They're working at ground level here, Sandringham. Armitage got it away. Langlands tries to do the same. Hooper stole it off him, though. Left foot inside the pocket. Can they get a clean footy? Goddard comes out. Coughlin with him. They see it over the line and they'll toss it back in. 15 around from the point post. Kicking to the Sortner end. And Stoney, that breeze still worth 3 goals?
Yeah, worth 3.
So Werribee looking to make the most of it. Goal apiece here. 10 gone, opening term. Peter Jackson, VFL live action from Trevor Barker Beach Oval. At the ground, here's Armitage. Little handball. Gee, he was looking for Noon. Asked a lot of him. He goes to tackle on Corbett. Did well. Ball spilled free for Cook and Sandringham out of trouble. He drives it to the flank. But first there, DeCleese. He picks up in front of Weikart. Swings quickly. Can't find a man initially. Good chopping off work across half back for Sandringham. Now they go to work as they can't quite get it cleanly away. Barrick, little underground a handball, but he's turned it over as well. Goddard got it from Cook. Little handball over the top. They're under all sorts of pressure. Good luck holding onto the footy at the moment. Weikart, he was tackled. DeCleese, ditto. He got it away. Little one around the corner. Fierce tackling everywhere. Longer punches to the wing. There's still no clean possession. Sotomarco goes to work. Can they lock this footy up? They do. Whew. No easy pill to be had at the moment. 52 away from Werribee's goal line. It's a goal apiece. Opening turn, 10 gone.
You hear that breeze in your mic there, Stoney, as well. Longer, won it down, not quite to advantage. Peterwood, Sotomarco there as well. That's on ground level and not coming out. Left half forward for Werribee. It is 1 straight 6 apiece. Both goals coming in the first 5 minutes. We're now 10.5 into this opening term. Two clubs desperate to get back on the winners list. Weikart, standing start, delivers it back out towards centre wing. Beach Road side of the ground again. This fierce pressure on the ball carrier is being well maintained at the moment. It's a high ferocity sort of game right now. And we have a ball up on the outer side.
I'll tell you what, if both sides keep this up all day, they're going to be pretty sore boys.
When the ball comes on this side, Stoney, we're going to be seeing a lot of interchanges, I reckon, today, because there'll be a lot of boys. This is energy-sapping stuff at the moment. With all this tackling pressure, umpire spots high contact, and probably what the game needed there was a free kick and some open play, and it's a chance here for Werribee to attack. Ben Maloney's going to take this ball. One of the inclusions goes wide inside 50. Corbett pushed off it, couldn't take the mark. It's up for grabs here. Reese in the pocket, goes over the top. That's going to go out of play. Boundary throw in. Deep in the left forward pocket for the Tigers.
Might have been a goal review, Adam. I'll take that back. It's 33 apiece with 5 to go in the second term between the Eagles and the Hawks.
So throw in. Berry doing battle against Longer. Ball spills out here now. Chance, although the hand pass not great. Hooper Sold into a little bit of trouble, jumps over the ball, it goes to ground level, another stoppage, which we've seen a few of so far. 12 minutes in, a goal apiece. Longer, early jump from Berry, allowed Longer to get the tap down, clearing ball from Seekle. Toward that outer wing, the ball's up for grabs here, some pressure from Marshall. St Kilda rookie, ball up once more.
Look at the numbers around this contest, Stoney. Hard to get it out.
That's what I said. The side that wins around the ball win the game, because it's going to be one of those contested type games.
Here's Armitage. You won't mind hearing that. Got it to Longer. High ball to the wing. Strong stuff in the air from Collins. He's putting together some sort of football journey, isn't he? He's going to go on his right boot in Werribee colours today. Oh, Corbett flew high. Did he go too early? Was he shepherded out, allowed to go on? Now away comes Weikart from the half-back flank. He's trying to get something going. Long ball. That's a nice kick, and there hasn't been too many clean balls out of half-back. He finds Battle, who squares them off to Minchington. Right foot inside the 50. Beats the initial contest. Now to race back. It's going to be Werribee there first, but a free kick going the way of Sandringham. So I'll wait to see what this is for. Did you see anything there, Stoney? There's a blood rule.
Too high.
Too high on Smith. That all makes sense. He's got a bit of claret coming down from the mouth, so he's not going to be able to take the kick.
So in the contest of going forward, I think Matthew Brett might have infringed high on the player and therefore shot a goal.
So Smith unable to take the kick. The man to take that is going to be Battle. So he's already got one. He'll be full of confidence. 7 goals from 6 games coming into today for Josh. And he really shouldn't have any trouble here. Just 25 to cover. A very little angle for Sandringham's second of this opening quarter. And he puts it through. No problems. Both goals to Sandringham to Battle. They're 12 to Werribee's 6. 14 gone opening term.
So yeah, there you go. The ball, the team opens up the game, gets it forward. Obviously, there was a few loose men happening, and it's going to be a tough battle today, and no pun intended there, young battle, to get goals, but a good result at this time of the quarter.
As soon as both sides, Stoney, as predicted, had a chance to make some changes. 5 off, 5 on for both clubs.
Yeah, that's obviously a testament of the game so far, the speed and the intensity.
Back in the middle, it's 2 goals to 1 in favour of Sandringham. Back live, and Reese gets it. This might be the quick reply for the Tigers. Kicks on the way, and it's good. As quick a reply as you'd like. Reese goes bang. 2 goals apiece on Peter Jackson. VFL Live, halfway into the opening term.
Former Geelong player and VFL listed player Brendan Reese. Good goal, that one. See the breeze didn't take the ball. So on the breeze it was 50 and obviously went right through the middle.
Only his 3rd game, one of the inclusions for the Tigers. That's his 1st goal.
He's well put together, Stoney.
He's a good big unit, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not tall, but he's certainly strong looking.
One of the few players left that pulls their socks up as well.
You like that. Attention to detail. Here's Werribee trying to go forward again. Peterwood in the middle of things. He just hacked it a few metres. The mark was taken, but it won't be paid because it didn't travel 15. Munro under all sorts of pressure as a result. He's ridden into the turf, and the umpire will come in and toss it up. 10 metres from the centre circles towards our commentary possession on the half-forward flank here. Seckle got away with it, did nicely. Across to McLean, who kicks inside the 50. Going back nicely. This is well played by McFarlane. He's got some dash. He kicks to the wing. Unfortunately, the kick wasn't everything he was hoping for. Sharps under all sorts of pressure. Barracks there to pick it up. Got it away to Sotomarco by hand. Oh, geez, target just went to ground, made it difficult. Barrack picks up the ball. He's well tackled by Seckle under the scoreboard. Umpire comes in and will toss it up. 16 and a half gone opening term. We're all tied up. 2 straight 12 apiece. This is an entertaining game. Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
A couple of boys slipping over there, so a bit of spongy underneath. And what's the right stops to wear in the game like today?
Yeah, well, it's really lush out there, isn't it, Stoney? Mark taken here by McFarlane.
It is lush out there, you're right.
He's going to go backwards. It's okay. It was a safe option, and wherever you're going to go all the way back now to the goal square. Brett into the pocket. Happy to play the slow game near the yacht club. There is a yacht club back there, isn't there, Stone? I know this isn't your part of Port Phillip Bay.
We'll call it a yacht club.
You reside on the other side of the bay. Ball's on centre wing here. Broadcast side of the ground. It was picked up by Lang. Lids need to get some help. Hand pass came out, and Lamb sends the Zebras inside 50 and hits a target. Chance for Sandringham. That might be Battle again, is it? Who have we got out there on that outer side? Rowan Marshall has the ball. Tucked up against the fence, though. He's
Played a couple of AFL games, hasn't he?
Yep.
He's going to go with the right foot snap here for Sandringham's third all the way to the line. That gets fisted through for a minor score. First blemish of the day is a rush behind for Sandringham. 2-1-13 to 2 goals. Approaching time on now, opening term.
So Werribee straight down the middle here. Nice kick to Maloney, who takes the mark in front of Hill, the 23rd man for Sandringham. He goes quickly, kick no good, turned over. That was nicely done from Goddard. He goes back with the blue boots, plays on quickly through the middle of the ground. This is nicely done. Can they get anything clean? McLean kicks to half forward. Can he find a target? There's a 2-on-1 here. That suits okay for Smith, who gets it from Longer, steers it into the 50, and that's nicely taken. Quickly away. A long shot on goal from Lamb. It's across to the right. It's close to the line. It's not going to be marked. It's through for a behind. 2-2-14 to 2 straight 12. 18 and a half gone opening term.
McFarlane to Petalwood, still inside the fancy 50, goes back to McFarlane. Hand pass over the top. They're going to work this one out patiently. Werribee, although the kick down the line, not so. Turnover, Noon's in the right spot. 19 disposals last week against Footscray. 50-metre penalty. As a downfield umpire spotted something, Michael Leeds.
I think it was just on the mark, Stoney.
Encroachment
I'm
on the
not
mark.
sure what happened there, actually.
We're all a bit confused about that one.
Might have been against sort of Marco, who did the smart thing, though, and went straight off the ground so that he wasn't around when the goal was kicked.
Bottom line, shot on goal coming up for Jack Noon. He's only got 1 for the season so far. As I said, 19 disposals last week. Took 8 marks as well in that loss to the Bulldogs.
A really important goal at this time of the quarter, especially.
So, for an 8-point lead, right foot just inside 50. Looked okay off the boot. That is textbook. 3-2-20. The Zebras, Werribee at 2 straight 12. And time on is about 20 seconds away, opening term.
Yeah, so really, obviously a costly 50 metres that one, but a goal, important goal this time of the quarter against the Breeze. So Sandringham got a bit of an incentive here at the 19-minute mark, 20-minute mark of this first quarter.
Half time between the Eagles and the Hawks, all tied up at 6-3, 39 apiece in that one. Here, well, Werribee need the next one. They've got the advantage of the Breeze. 3 goals, says our man Mark Stone, who's really wrong. 20-12, Sandringham. We're set to go in the middle. Oh, gee, that's strong stuff. Rees couldn't quite come away with it. Working hard. Maishman laid a good tackle. Ball spilled free. Going back to get it. Here's the big fella in Berry. I like the look of him. I'll ask you about him in a moment, Stoney. Weikart just tried to clear a path there. Did, but there was no space to operate in. Ball still to come out. We're at half forward. Rees had it for a moment, but the umpire said, "Give it to me, please."
Jack Berry, really good young player, and got massive upside in his development. And good to see him on AFL this one day, though, did he?
Zilla working hard at ground level. Couldn't come up with a footy. Weikart does it half back. Little handball okay. Armitage worked inboard. Oh, chopped off nicely, though. Little one over the top from Gribble. And Corbett takes the mark. Oh, yes. Got it at its highest point. Kept his eyes on it the whole way as he was running back with the flight. And he'll kick from 5 in from the boundary with about 40 metres to cover, I reckon. Where does he want to start this, Mark Stone?
Started to kick through the middle of the goalpost. It's just straight down the middle. No advantage, just kick straight through the ball.
Kicks on its way. And he's got it. Yep, he liked it from the moment it left his boot. Werribee 3 straight 18. Sandringham 3-2-20. 21 and a half minutes gone in this opening quarter.
Good contest, this one. You're right. Both sides forward lines working well and in tight. Werribee, obviously, the middle where it starts and both sides have had some advantage there. David Armitage getting on a couple of the end on the end, and just a really good contest at the moment, boys.
Very nice crowd building at Trevor Barker Beach Oval as well. And we're back in the middle. 2-point ball game in favour of Sandringham. It's been goal for goal. Every time Sandy get on the board, there's a quick reply coming the other way. Back in the middle, Mitchington gets the clearance inside 50. No good this time. That gets cut off. A good mark by Collins. One way and the other. Goes with the right foot toward the Port Phillip Bay side of the ground to Clars. Might have been Falcon, no mark taken. Hand pass out, Barrick over the top, sets up. Reese did well. Reese up towards half forward. Good kick. Corbett marks, but too far out to score. Berry's tracking back. Wants to go that way. Berry's going to come back the other way. Longer. Read it well in flight. Fisted it over the line. Left forward pocket. Boundary throw in.
On the Werribee side, good to see Josh Porter, obviously in the forward line with Josh Corbett. Both boys, good set of hands and good targets down there, but an opportunity here in the forward pocket for the Werribee team.
So the ball to come back into play here. Longer. Got it down. Won it to Lamb. Clearing ball out. 2-on-1 there in favour of Werribee. Bounced out the back here, and they've got numbers built across centre wing, although the ball just bounced away at the wrong moment from Collins. Did well to win it back and get rid of his man. Helicopter inside 50. Corbett slipped over. No mark taken. Wycard at the full. Hand pass off. Armitage had a standing start and was able to deliver. Nice poised kick from the experienced man in David Armitage. And now Sandringham running through the middle. It's in the hands now of Hill.
Who goes inside the 50. Couldn't find a target in the air, but at ground level, Marshall picked it up, stopped, propped, swung around on his right boot. Brilliant poise. He finds his man who'll kick from 12 metres out directly in front, and Marshall, with all the time in the world there, and just used the footy magnificently. Should result in a goal, really. Canillan the man to take the shot into the breeze, but that won't be an issue. He's 12 metres out, directly in front. Sandringham waiting for their fourth of the afternoon. The left foot is good for just about everyone, including the kids who are quickest out the back to see if they can locate the Sharon. Good start here for the Zebs, 26 to Werribee 18, 24 gone opening term.
Round of ground, 6-3, 39 apiece between Hawthorn and West Coast. That one is at Etihad Stadium. This is the only game in the Peter Jackson VFL taking place today. Frankston has the bye. Great to see the Dollies just back in the Peter Jackson VFL, Leedsy.
It is,
after a year off.
Yep. And with some very good people on board, you feel like they're in good hands.
Back in the middle, Longer won it down. Hand pass out wide. It was intended for Armitage, but Petalwood got in the way for Werribee. Not a great kick. Another intercept mark for Noon. Just that right half back, Jack Noon, he's going to be asked to play on. Goes wide, safe option available. Wycart has it. He can go all the way back to sort of behind centre-half back, between full-back and centre-half back. Mark taken by Hill. Goes wide with his kick, 2-on-2 on the wing contest. No mark taken. Goddard at his jumper, pulled umpire, didn't see it. Ball spills out the back right. Brought down well. Good pressure from Dane McFarlane. It spills out of play. And that left half forward for Sandringham, boundary throw in. There's a whistle though. We might not get the throw in. We won't. Free kick to go to Zebra's way. Canellan's going to take it. Just kicked the goal moments ago. Was quick to get his hand kick out wide. We're inside 50 now. No mark taken for Marshall. Out the back and up for grabs. There's a socket through. I think it is. Nathan Smith kicks another one for Sandringham. That's 5-2, 32 to 3 straight 18. They're kicking clear as we approach quarter time.
Difficult for you there, Stoney, because it's your club, but that's a real letdown for the coaching staff. First to give the ill-disciplined free kick away and then have access to the footy right on the goal line. Could have either knocked it through or picked it up cleanly, but allowed the Zebras in, and that will not please John Lamont in the slightest. 5-2, 32, Sandringham to Werribee, 3 straight 18. Werribee kicking with the advantage of the breeze. We're set to go again in the middle. Longer knocked it down. Away they go through Gribble to Maloney. Can they get something moving here to half forward, hoping for Munro. He tapped it out in front of himself. Just needs it to sit now. It did, but not long before Cook got him and tossed him into the turf. They'll toss it in. where the arc meets the boundary line. Scoreboard side of the ground here. Lots of kids, you can hear them warming up for their role. Big one it is to play too on a Sunday afternoon at half time. Ball toss back in. Longer and his opponent there, Berry, both missed the footy. Gribbles at ground level. They're going to come up with a free kick here, Werribee. Gribbles the man. Now they need a goal just to steady things down here. Can he get the distance, Stoney?
I reckon he can.
So
he's to the goal square.
He's 53 out. He's just going to lay it up. Can he get a mark out the back? Sandringham had the numbers. Noon. Little handball over the top. Munro's doing some good defensive work to Cleese. Couldn't quite pick up Cook. He got it away quickly. Hill on the run. He kicks to the wing and Sandringham look dangerous. They've got a paddock in front of them. It's picked up by Battle. He goes to half forward. There's not going to be a mark. Good contest from Gribble initially, but bouncing up magnificently was Payton. He kicks to the pocket. Not going to get a mark. They're looking dangerous though. 2 on 2. Marshall comes in to lend a hand. Handball back towards the line. Wright picked it up. He came back inboard to Weikart. He's going to have a shot. It's away to the right. It didn't make the distance. There's no mark. And it ends up in a well built up point for the home side, who lead 33-18 at the 28-minute mark of the opening quarter.
Where we need a goal, boys, in this last 3 minutes.
Late goal opening term. 5 going Sandringham's way. Again, Stoney, what's the Breeze advantage at the moment?
2 to 3 goals, mate.
Which way?
To the Werribee end. They're kicking at the moment.
So Barrick has it. That means it's coming towards us from our broadcast position, our camera position. If you're watching on VFL.com.au, Barrick has it. He'll go down the line. Berry against Longer. Went over both heads, out the back. Who wants it? Petalwood, potentially a high tackle, and it's going to be a free kick advantage. Paid Sequel went in board by hand. They're going to go deep inside 50 again. It's Langlet's not a great ball. That gets cut off, and a chance now. I think it's Brett that has the ball for Werribee. Quick break. Not a great ball. Turnover. Now Darragh Joyce goes wide. Weikart lifts some space for Sandringham. Goes up towards half forward. And it's just kick to kick at the moment, Leedsy. Another turnover, and we might see another one here. Bouncing ball, half forward, it spills out the back. Chance for DeClass, he can run inside 50. Right foot's on the way, and finally they break through for goal number 4.
Really important goal, that one. Just at this point, 29 minutes, it was really important. They got a goal to even the scores up a bit, even though Sandringham hold a 9-point lead at the moment. So it's a good game of footy, Jen.
4 straight 24, Werribee, Sandringham 5-3, 33, almost 30 gone.
What you want to see from Kai, Stoney?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's there for, to kick goals like that, and good finish, and got an into one, and you can see with that breeze, the ball just carried on, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it is a 3 or 4 goal breeze at the moment.
Which means Werribee are going to have some defending to do in the second term. Back in the middle, Rees, well taken. But he just somehow got the handball away. Long and fisted forward, got it to Battle. He was looking for the handball for Armitage, who ended up with it after it hit the deck. He comes back inboard to Ainsworth, back to Armitage. Left foot kick to half forward. It's a bouncing ball, well picked up by Langland's. Got it to right, little handball. Sets it in front of Ainsworth. Can he pick up the footy? He's got tacklers arriving. Came to Sotomaco, who was just forced out of it for a moment, but ended up getting his man, affected the kick around the body. It's inside the 50, deep in the pocket now. Sandringham working hard, but they're not going to come up with a clean possession. And young Harry Boyd does some good tackling, make sure that we're going to force a stoppage. About hanging on here for Werribee, deep in the first quarter. Kicking with the breeze, but trailing. Deep in the back pocket. Oh, trouble there. Umpire says toss it in. I thought Kurt Aylett might have got them into some strife. Haven't called his name much in this first term. Very good footballer.
Had a good year too, Kurt. He's obviously had a lot of injuries over the last 2 years, but good to see him back playing, actually.
Terrific last week. Here they are in the forward pocket, Sandringham. Right, left foot, snap across the face. Battle to go to work. Free kick, and it's going the way of Collins, I fancy, who had better position there. He's had a good first term. Unfortunately for John Lamont, he's had a bit of work to do as Sandringham have been the better of the two teams across the face and finds Barrack. So we're counting down here. Werribee happy to stay out of strife. A long ball. Oh, Lamb's going to take the mark here, uncontested. Inside the 50, turnovers on, and he finds Marshall.
Yeah, you can't turn the ball over, and that's where the difference in the game is at the moment. Just Werribee keep turning the ball over. Sandringham make you pay. There's some big boys in that forward line. Marshall being one of those. He's got the ball at the moment.
Yep, Rowan Marshall in for his first game of Peter Jackson VFL this afternoon after playing some footy with the Saints, where Coach Alan Richardson urged him to back his skills. You're going to have that opportunity right now. From 35 out, directly in front, he hits this sweet as a nut. Sandringham with their 6th of the opening quarter. They're 6-3-39. Werribee 4 straight 24. 32 and a half minutes gone in this opening quarter.
10 goals in the first quarter. You'd think the game or the quarter would go 34-35, but we could be nearly at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, so 32 and a half minutes in now. High importance of ruck battle today between young Berry and Billy Longer there, Stoney. Yeah, no, I agree,
Very.
Stoney. Thank you, Stoney.
It's all right.
Just having a chat to Penner.
CEO Werribee just coming and settle.
All right, back in the middle. Just rejoin us whenever you like, Stoney. Back live measurement, brought down. And, well, is he either legged or holding the ball? I think he was legged. Free kick will go his way. So maybe a chance for the Tigers to snatch one back here. It goes in board. Interesting decision to do that. Wasn't a great kick. Put Henderson under pressure. They will get it inside 50 now, Werribee. The Claws met it hard, couldn't take the mark, came in from about 3 deep. There was one zebra that came off second best. We're going to have nothing. That's going to be the quarter time siren. I thought maybe there was a signal. There is a man down. It is Jack Noon. And there are a couple of Zebras players that are waving for trainers. So Jack Noon's in a fair bit of good opening term. Went down in that marking contest, might have collided with the Claws as he came crashing through. That was all on the quarter time siren. So Stoney, we might just see if we can get anything from that huddle at quarter time maybe, because Jack Noon, an important player for Sandringham. That is one to keep an eye on. At quarter time at Trevor Barker Beach Oval, Sandringham 6-3-39 leading Werribee 4 straight 24. Back after this on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
There's an art to this kind of deal. The guy's got to look the part. He's got to be smart. He's got to be brave. He's got to know when to seize the moment. With Peter Jackson half-year sale, any 2 suits for $895. The rules are simple, but the art is in the details.
Peter Jackson. But it's your job. You'll be fine.
Mate, just because everybody seems like they're doing it, doesn't actually mean that they are doing it.
Help your kids understand that betting and sport don't have to go together.
The ads don't always tell you the risks, yeah?
Before you have the talk, check lovethegame.vic.gov.au. Authorised by VRGF Melbourne.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
There you go.
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer
or check out digitalradioplus.com.au
and upgrade to digital.
For all the latest Peter Jackson VFL news, results and video links, head to vfl.com.au. Your week is fully planned. See highlights from the latest round of VFL action each Monday. Catch up with all the stats that matter on Tuesday. Wednesday, look through the Toyota Top 5 Plays of the Week. Thursday, stay tuned for the team announcements. Then Friday, preview the next round of action. Visit the Peter Jackson VFL website at vfl.com.au. Get involved.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wickup first. Craig Lowndes
And
second.
you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
The new VFL app is the best way to keep up to date with all the action in the Peter Jackson VFL and Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Follow live scores, get the latest news and see all the game stats at the end of each weekend's round of matches. Search VFL and download it from the App Store. The VFL app. Get involved. Watch Channel 7 this Saturday for live Peter Jackson VFL action. Head to vfl.com.au for the full list of upcoming broadcast games, results and news, or download the new VFL app, the Peter Jackson VFL. Live this Saturday at 2 p.m. on Channel 7. Get involved. Your Peter Jackson VFL club needs you to show your support. Buying a VFL club membership puts you in the box seat to watch AFL players and the stars of the future at your local ground. The VFL gives you the chance to get in the coach's huddle and enjoy kick-to-kick on the field whilst kids under 15 get in free. To be part of the action, head to vfl.com.au/membership to find out what membership offers are available at your club in 2018.
Streaming live through VFL.com.au and Aussie Digital. This is Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
Quarter time at Trevor Barker Beach Oval, and a wonderful start for the Zebras. 6-3-39 leading Werribee. 4 straight 24 in a high scoring and entertaining yet contested opening term. So 13 or 15, I'm no good at maths, Leedsy. 15-point lead for the Zebras. Adam Sarri-Coglu, Michael Leeds, and our man Mark Stone in the huddles at the moment. And he's listening to Johnny Lamont. Before the break, we saw Jack Noon right on the quarter time siren go down and spent quite a bit of time on ground level, had a couple of trainers around him. Good news, Leedsy, that he did get up a couple of minutes ago and wandered into the huddle. So hopefully all has ended well there for Jack Noon, who's had his injury concerns in the past.
Yeah, good to see. We always are concerned greatly when we see one of our players go down, but he was helped to his feet, but then wandered in towards the address at quarter time. So good news for him, his family and the footy club.
So 2 goals for Josh Battle in that opening term singles for Jack Noon and Nathan Smith, Rowan Marshall and Ray Cannellan, who is one of St Kilda's rookies, and for Werribee all singles for Coughlin, Declars, Corbett and Reese, as both teams still in their huddles.
Just underway in the third term between the Hawks and the Eagles, and all tied up at 6-3-39 apiece.
Well, once that game gets underway, where is that game? Up in the Northern Territory between Melbourne and Adelaide?
Yes.
Darwin, is it?
Traeger Park.
Yeah, so that's Melbourne taking on Adelaide. That game will kick off probably during the third term of our coverage. We'll give you some updates. And then the late game today, Fremantle taking on North Melbourne. Sandringham have broken for the huddle. John Lamont still talking with his Tigers players, and we're just waiting for Stoney to grab him before his second term does get underway.
Jump in over the top, Stoney, when you've got your man. It must be frustrating for Johnny. Saw what they did in the last quarter last week, and they had a lot of momentum coming into today, but sort of been sucked out a little bit in that first term, kicking with the advantage of the breeze, and now they're going to have to fight like they have all year to keep this lead to a controllable position at half-time, because if Sandringham get their hands on it, they could be very dangerous. And I think John is just holding his players in for a little bit longer. Sandringham have broken and are in position, but he's urging his team to just keep a control on this match, because they showed last week that as much as they switched off for a part of the game, when they switch on, they can be very dangerous, and they almost came from the clouds and caused a massive upset. So he'll just be hoping that they're within striking distance at half-time. I think he's not far away from letting them break. The umpire's coming across now to just have a quiet word in the coach's ear.
So Sandringham, they can jump as high as 10th on the ladder if they can get up today.
John Lamont, all the team have to tighten up in this second quarter.
We didn't transition defensively well enough against Sandringham. A number of their scoring opportunities actually came out of our forward 50. So we've got to take away a little bit of their lateral ball movement, which brings their runners into the game. And as you will have seen, forward got goals out the back on us. So we need to keep the ball in our forward line a bit longer.
Thanks, Joel.
So 2 teams back out on the ground, and we're ready to go for this second term. As we said, a very, very good crowd. Good to see some Oz kickers out there as well.
A goal to Gaff and a point to Roughheads is a 5-point advantage to the Eagles with 18.5 minutes remaining in the third term.
Michael Leeds, Adam Sarri-Coglu, Mark Stone. Round 8, Peter Jackson, VFL Live. Second term is underway, and it's a 15-point buffer for the Zebras.
4-goal breeze to the Sandringham side.
So can they make the most of it? Berry at ground level, trying to tap it away. Sort of Marco had Minchington for company. Petterwood tried to get away from Armitage and Longer. That's no mean feat. And Billy had a hold of him, made sure he was going nowhere. They'll toss it up. Just inside the centre square. Sandringham attacking to the Swordner end, knocked away towards Armitage, but Maloney got his hands on it. Second bite's a good one. Knocked it out in front of Gribble. Gribble goes away with his left boot off the outside of the boot and found his man. That was nicely taken by Munro. Left foot to the pocket. Can he get a mark inside the 50? 2 on 1 in the air. It's for Sandringham, the domination with numbers, and now, like it is so, at ground level, and 2 tackling, make sure that the ball is not coming out. They'll toss it up deep in the left forward pocket. Near Sandy by the Bay. Lovely place to sit down on a Sunday afternoon and enjoy the action. Little kick out of the defensive pocket. Didn't go far. Now the run of Minchington. Steers it on his right boot for Goddard, who took a strong mark.
Good hands.
And look at them pouring forward. There's space inside the 50. Lamb decided to handball because there was nothing to kick to. Can they use it? All of a sudden they've made it difficult for themselves. 3 on 1 in the middle. Canellan dispossessed. Still the numbers arrive. Cook. Handball's out. That's okay for Goddard. He was looking for support and found it in Noon. You watch that, Stoney, as the ball comes inside the 50. Almost chopped off by Brett. He couldn't take it. Little one around the corner from McFarlane. Asked a lot there of Sotomarco. He was up to the task. Forced a 50-50 ball. Came out the back. Aylett laid a good tackle, but the ball spilled free. Eventually to Lamb. He goes deep in the pocket. Minchington's got the run of it, but the line will win out and they'll toss it in.
Couple of the where Sandy players went down there, and one in particular was Lamb, but he's got up okay, so that everything okay. There's a play in the middle though for Sandy, and I can't see his number at the moment. Wants to come off the ground at the moment.
Looks like Canellan to me. Boundary throw in inside 50 for Sandringham. Ground level ball. Armitage was beaten to it. Wright's involved as well. Umpire eventually does call for the ball up. It's in the right forward pocket, 2.5 gone second term, 6-3-39 Sandringham. Werribee are 4 straight 24, holding in the right contest, Sandringham's way. And a shot on goal coming up
Canellan
for Billy
went off
Longer.
the ground, and that's an experience from Longer in that ruck contest then, but Canellan went off the ground, boys. Limped off the ground.
Former Northern Knight going to have a shot on goal. 45-degree angle, and will probably kick from 45 metres out. Can extend the lead to a game high 21 points as well. Longer, right foot, perfect. 7-3, 45, the Zebras. Werribee are 4 straight, 24, 3 gone second term.
It's amazing what people tell you. That was Sandringham in the first quarter, their highest first quarter for the year. I think it was whatever they got. So, yeah, so good start to the Sandy side in this second quarter.
6-3 in the opening term for the Zebras.
Highest for the year.
They now have the breeze as well. So they 6 goals into what was a 4-goal breeze, you say, Stoney?
It was a 3-goal, but now it's a 4-goal breeze.
Thank you.
So.
Very early in the relationship for these sorts of questions to be asked of Werribee this afternoon. Ball bounced in the middle. Longer stays and waits and knocks it down, but Maishman was there to pick it up at ground level. He goes away on his right boot to half forward. On the bounce, that's okay. Allows a chance here for Hooper, who swoops on the footy, and then his right foot goes out of bounds on the full.
It's unlike him. He loves it in that sort of region, Hooper, the celebrator. It's not a great kick.
The celebrator. That's interesting, Adam. He likes a celebration.
Yeah, our fearless leader came up with that one.
Did he? Okay. Hope you're listening, Pete.
I hope you're listening, Pete.
No chance.
In Paris by now.
Claverino kicks to the wing. No chance he's listening. Don't worry about that.
No chance.
Ball at ground level. I know Mikado. I'm on to him. Ball at half-back, taken away by Sandringham. Armitage. Oh, gee, couldn't quite find the target, but luck's a fortune. They had numbers streaming forward. Seckle there to mop up. His handball okay. Retreats. Zilla around the corner. Lamb the target, and he did well. He was strong in the contest.
He was.
And he took the mark. He swings around quickly and gets it inside the 50. Williams did it nicely on the bouncing ball in front of right. He heads for Berry. He got his arms up but couldn't quite hang on. Bounced back nicely, did the big fella. And then he went and got it. Well played. He's near the boundary line. Has he done enough? No. Well played Battle. Got it to Armitage. Back to Battle. Little one over the top. They're working hard at ground level. Wright picks it up from deep in the pocket. Wanted a handball. Got a handball. Shot on goal is very, very good from Payton. And they were just not prepared to give up on that, Sandringham. I thought the big fella Berry might have done enough, but alas, Sandringham kick another. They're out to 51-24. Werribee in a bit of trouble here. 5 gone, second term.
Yeah, the ball's just streaming forward too easy. They're getting on the end of it, using each other as teammates. Good young Ben Patton, a Murray Bushranger, and he's a good pick-up by the Saints for the future, and good to see him kick a goal in that 5-minute mark of that quarter.
There's a few Bushrangers out there, Stoney. I know Werribee have often dipped into that talent pool.
Yeah, so it's been a really good breeding ground for us over the years, but good to see the Saints get on the end of Ben Payton.
So this one's getting away from the Tigers now. The margin out to 37 points, or maybe 27. I'm going to quit doing maths, Leedsy. I'm going to let you do the margins for the rest of the day. You're on margin duty. Up towards half forward, Armitage was led to the ball. Still a Werribee ball. Ooh. Mitchington was under pressure, had to spin away from trouble. Got taken high. Free kick. Too far out to score. Man on the mark, he's right on centre half forward. Quick hands off to Armitage. High left footer to the top of the square. 2-on-1 here in favour of the Tigers. Actually trying to claim the mark there was Boyd, I think. It slips through for a minor score. So that's now 8-4, playing 4 straight. 28-point ball game. McFarlane goes to himself, goes wide. All's okay for now. Collins has it for Werribee. And he'll send it centre wing out of side, Beach Road side of the ground. Not a great ball. We've seen a lot of turnovers, and there's another one. Sandringham going board. Good mark was taken there. Maybe not a mark, but Hill did well to claim it. Goes inside 50 now. Brett dropped it for Werribee. Good pressure. Got brought down. Ball's up for grabs. Wright tried to slap it forward. Back in Werribee hands. Picked up by Boyd. Gets a high ball. Bouncing ball. Armitage is the closest man to it. Just on the outskirts of 50. Needed to get his hand pass off. Zebras, little dinky kicking board. If that's a mark, that is the lowest percentage mark pass I've just about ever seen. Somehow that ball stayed off the deck, and the mark has been paid for Seckle.
Sandringham getting too much of the ball around the ball and using their... and the breeze is really strong. It's a 4-goal breeze. But he's only about 40 metres out, this guy.
Did you see the kick, Stoney? How did that ball stay off the deck? That was a very, very low pass.
Well, I know another commentator would have called it a worm burner.
That's exactly what it was. This kick didn't look good off the boot. It's gone across the face, a minor score. So 8-5 now plays 4 straight. Didn't kick through the ball circle that time, and perhaps just skewed off the side of the boot. So all the scoring has been done by Sandringham so far in this second term. They've already kicked 2 goals too.
Barrack to bring it back in. Long footy. Trying to get a mark out here. They're going to get one. That was nicely worked on by Brett, who got front position. I reckon he might have got a little bit of assistance from Collins, who's just asking him to go down the line. He does. Turnover on. Cook takes it. He's 70 out from home. Oh, kick him board. No good. Collins is there. And he takes it nicely. Wants to play on quickly. He's looking for Berry. Needs to stretch the big fella. He did it nicely. Took it on the bounce. Longer got body contact as he kicked it down the line. DeCleese couldn't quite keep it in. And they'll toss it in. 60 around from the point post. Sandringham attacking, leading 53-24. As we tick into the 9-minute mark of this second term.
So Werribee just have to get their hands on the football because Sandringham are dominating this first 8 minutes or 9 minutes of this quarter.
Longer, right, came away, and Seckle couldn't quite come up with it. Right, looks a little sore. Watch that one. Hill got it to Lamb through the middle of the ground now. Can they be clean? A little one over the top, and they're looking more and more ominous as the minutes go by here. Hayden has it.
He can kick this.
Yeah. So he's...
It's 49.
Breeze at his back, or does he go left goalpost?
No, Breeze at his back.
And he's going to set himself the task here. He's got the distance. He's got the accuracy. And, of course, he should have taken it on Stone. He said he could. He did. It's a goal. 59-24, 10 gone. Second term. Werribee just hanging on.
One of the things of this ground is that 50 metres you can get the journey no problem at all, and Breeze is just going straight up and down the ground from north to south. So another, obviously Sandringham kicking away now in this second quarter. John Lamont did say that the boys have to have a crack and get in underneath the football because otherwise Sandringham can do this.
There, go, Lizzie.
52-47 Eagles in front of the Hawks.
Etihad Stadium, soon to be renamed Marvel Stadium, if you can believe that, back in the middle. One of Stoney's favourite Marvel/Disney movie.
Was Batman a Marvel comic? Was he a Marvel
no, that would
person?
be DC, I believe.
Oh, maybe I'm not a Marvel person.
Just
Captain
like that,
America.
we ventured into territory
I think
very dangerous.
I think you're on a more accurate track there, Stoney, with Captain America. High ball to Klaas. Anything I'd see today, we were discussing Marvel movies here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Leadsy up for grabs here for Werribee. Barrack all the way back. Now Brett, left foot, kick smothered. Just spat up in the air and bounces out of play. Boundary throw in front of some very excited youngsters who are going to take the field at half-time. 11 gone, 9-5-59 Sandringham. Werribee are stuck at 4 straight 24. All Sandringham in this second term in what is a 4-goal breeze heading their way toward the Sorting Around. Right of screen, right of dial. For our audience today here, Maishman, he'll get brought down. Did get his kick out in time. Canellan back out on the ground. Contacted high, gets the free kick inside the centre square. Gets tangled up with Gribble. So Canellan kicked the goal in the opening term, has the ball. Sends the Zebras deep, left foot inside 50. It's going to land at the top of the goal square. Collins went up, and that's actually a very good mark. 2 bites. Did well. He'll go short to Barrack. Left back pocket for the Tigers. Goes back to the goal square, to the man that gave it to him. Collins got around his fellow 15, then the kick, not great. Turnover, Weikart, hand pass inboard. That's high contact. That's a shot on goal coming up again for the Zebras, and it's Nathan Smith who kicked one in the opening term himself. So that was a soccer off the ground.
Had a little bit of plaster added to his face. He might have got a cut before.
Yeah, he was robbed of a shot on goal in the first term when he had to leave because of a blood rule. And it's fair to say that he's earned his kicks today. 2 for 1 he's got.
2 for 1.
So this one should be coming across and might aim for the right goalpost here, Stoney, with the breeze.
Yeah, right goalpost.
Smith. Fair old run up that one. Does he let the breeze do the job? Did probably aim for the right goalpost, and the breeze perhaps didn't follow suit. Went across the face, and a minor score. McFarlane to bring this one back in. They've been somewhat inaccurate in this second term, the Zebras. There's McFarlane. Will go to himself. Get that scoreline in a moment, Leedsy.
So he does McFarlane with a long ball. He gets it out of the danger zone for the moment. Little one around the corner. Can DeCluse pick it up? He at least kept it in front of him and tumbles it over the line.
9-6-60. The Zebras now up to
52-47 still. The Eagles in front of the Hawks. We're in the third term with about 9 minutes remaining of playing time. Knocked away from the contest at ground level. Can Werribee come up with it? They do. Gribble, little one out the back. That was nicely done to Rees. Around the corner he goes. High ball, but it's going to be taken by McLean, who's got battle working for him through the middle. He ignored that, went with a little handball to Weikart, who backtracks, got it to Armitage. Away they go. Long ball inside the 50. But again, Collins, who's been best of field for mine, stands tall again and takes another mark. He goes by hand to McFarlane, who's got a dart through a hole he sees. He takes it on, heads to his man Brett, who's got it at half back. That's Matthew Brett. What can he get moving here? Down the line, and that's okay. That was nicely done by Corbett, who continues to impress at half forward. He's had to come up to the wing to get this one. He's going to go down the line, and he's not going to get a mark, but he's going to get a contest. Peterwood just couldn't hang on to the footy. Noon takes him over the line. They'll toss it in.
Every time they get a ball inside their 50, they've got to actually score from it, because it's been in Sandringham's sort of like half for 12 minutes of this quarter. So they need to get some sort of opportunity out of here.
Yeah, there's a rare foray forward here for Werribee. We've just gone missing in this first 14 and a half minutes of the second term. Ball comes out Sandringham's way. No mark was taken there, not paid for Smith, and he had to get the handball out. McFarlane, good tackle, holding the ball, and a free kick for Werribee. Just behind true centre wing. He's hobbling a little bit as well. Can't afford to lose him, Werribee. He's clearly a little bit hampered at the moment, and he goes backward. Henderson. Inside defensive 50 now. Staying out on the ground, Dane McFarlane, Henderson. And that's just a well-weighted pass for Collins. Connellan almost got there, but the kick was perfect, and now Barrick has it. He's been getting a fair bit of the ball himself. Goes back to Collins. So they're patiently holding on to the ball here, Werribee. Brett. Now McFarlane. Test himself here. He's near the bench and staying on the ground, so clearly okay enough to continue playing. It's scored it over the line here by Bennett. Boundary throw in.
Dane McFarlane's still hobbling, so I think he's got a bit of an issue there.
Doesn't want to come off though, Stoney.
Well, he wants to come off. He doesn't want to come on for him at the moment.
Okay. It's just forward of centre wing here for Werribee. Find themselves down by 6 straight kicks. Petalwood. So a fair bit of it so far today. Another good tackle from Sandringham. This time it's Ainsworth. We have a ball up. Left half forward. 4 straight playing 9 at 6. 16 gone, second term. Standalone game today here in the Peter Jackson VFL. Around the grounds at Etihad. It's West Coast by 11, I believe, Leedsy.
Yep.
Thank you. Ball staying in play here. Trying to tap it on was Coughlin. Claiming it back was Lamb. Goes down the line. That one's fisted away from Longer. Boundary throw in.
Young Jackie Henderson there, number 44 for the Werribee team, a local product from Geelong Falcons.
So ball brought back in. Beautifully tossed back in, might add. It beat the ruck contest. Not often you see that, where the boundary umpire goes over the back of the ruck contest. Now, there's a whistle on play, but no one's really sure what's going on. Long as the kicker, Porter, the giver awayer, and the ball comes to half forward. McLean, strong hands in front of Brett.
It's a big unit, this boy.
Yes, all 196 centimetres of him. 91 kilos as he bombs this to the top of the square. There's not going to be a mark. Numbers with Werribee. Henderson, one of them, and Lamb sees him over. They'll toss it in. 5 around from the point post. Sortner end. Sandringham leading 9-6-60 to Werribee, 4 straight 24. Been a long time since Werribee have enjoyed a goal. Toss back in. Some defending to be done for now. As it came to Seckle, Ainsworth under pressure. High ball, it's across the face. It's not going to be marked. Barrick couldn't get a hold of it. It's through for one behind. Sandringham 9-7-61. Werribee 4 straight 24. 18 gone in this second term.
McFarlane to himself, looking Beach Road side of the ground, clearing ball out. And Barrick with the mark. No, off hands, out of bounds, boundary throw in. Corbett was in the region as well. He's come a long way up the ground to get involved here, Corbett. Leading goal kicker from Werribee this year so far, has now 11 goals to his name after scoring 1 in the first quarter. I'll correct myself there, 17 in fact, as we go inside 50. Bouncing ball, good pressure once more from Sandringham. Ball gets held up. We'll have a ball up just at the top of 50 here, maybe 40 out directly in front. 9-7 playing 4 straight. Stoney.
There's going to be a few sore boys today. It's been a pretty physical game, this game, the first quarter and a half.
It was Jonathan Hayden that time who applied some really good pressure as Werribee tried to repel 50. They will successfully this time. High ball from Petalwood.
Good grab.
That's a really good mark on the outer side. Corbett. You can clunk him. It's Bennett, in fact. Goes shorts. No mark taken. It's just sloppy when they try to attack here. Werribee at the moment there's no real obvious targets to really hit up. The kicking's been a bit poor as well, and they'll cough up another free kick. That left half back as we approach time on now. 9-7 playing 4 straight. You can see the scoreboard if you're watching us on vfl.com.au. So Sandringham ball. And they're going to work it inside defensive 50 and go with the switch, and that's okay because plenty of space here for Hill. Hand pass over the top. Zebras toward half forward right. He's going to watch it go over his head. Bouncing ball stays in play. Hand pass over the top. Did well, Mackay. Now it's McFarlane. Had 2 tacklers to deal with. Ball up.
Interesting, Mike Cook didn't play the last time against Essendon, but he been around the Sandringham VFL scene for a long time now, and he's playing a really good role now. Just can play his role without the pressures of just play football, and he's a good player.
So Hayden getting himself involved again. Ball spills out. Maishman needed to work his way through some immediate pressure. This ball's not coming out, not easily anyway. Thrown onto the boot. Williams, high clearing ball. It's just outside 50 now. Reese missed it. Now a chance for Mitchington. No space to work with. Wanted to go on the right. Went back to the left instead. Inside 50. Canellan with the half fly. And it's an unrealistic attempt. Free kick to go Werribee's way.
Good to see him back out there after a little knock to that ankle. He's going to go across the face and find Williams. And McFarlane ran himself into a bit of trouble there. Had Williams as the outlet. That short ball is okay. And Gribble can just assess from his own 50. Not far from the entry gates here at the Sortner end. Oh dear, trouble for McFarlane. Had to get round two in the end. He handballed over the top to Brett. They're getting each other into trouble. Gribble on the end of it. Well played. Absorbed some pressure and then got it to Maishman. He wants this to work for Reese. He does. He picks up the loose ball. A bounce. And now along the wing he goes with a long right foot. It's spilt from the contest. Cook has it stolen away here. Sort of Marco did well second effort, but Weikart's there to mop up. He got it across to his mate, and they're off and running along the wing. Canellan on the end of it. Geez, had a lot of the footy in this second term. High ball to the one-on-one. Hayden over the back of that contest. Whistle on play. It's a goal. The advantage is paid. It's another one for Sandringham, and that will do.
Just off to the races then, boys, and there's...
Goal's been signalled, but a whistle after that. There's going to be a double chance, a chance at a double goal here.
What was
Stoney.
that for? I don't know. Didn't see what the incident
Goal
was.
paid and a free kick directly in front coming up for Nathan Smith. A chance for back-to-back goals for the Zebras.
That can't be right. It can't be, because if the ball was down in the back half for Werribee when the advantage was paid, it's got to have gone back to the middle.
The goal
That's it. And that Michael Sotomaco is just saying to the umpire, he thinks that's correct. So I don't know what happened there.
The first goal was waved off. Another goal kicked now by Smith, so both are on the board. Yep, double goal. Confusion all round here, and Sandringham are really now doing a number on Werribee. They're stuck on 4 straight, 24. Got a manual scoreboard here, Leedsy, so it's going to take me a while to figure out what that score is. 11-7, 73. It's just come through now. So the margin's nearly 50 points.
You got to love the old scoreboards, don't you? It just brings back a bit of history, and good to see it in the game. I like the old scoreboards.
I'm very confused by all of that. I might have to get someone who knows a bit more about it than me.
Right,
but
so a goal was kicked and it bounced through. Who was that? That was from outside 50.
Canellan.
Canellan kicks the goal there. There's a free kick in between.
But what was the free kick for, though?
Yeah,
there was no indication what the free kick was for.
Sotomaco, meanwhile, has gone inside the 50, finds a target. This is better stuff.
Yep.
And it'll be Bennett, the 23rd player. Yeah, the free kick had to be after the goal was scored, in which case surely it has to go to the middle. Bennett goes across the face and he finds his man in Sharp, who'll take the shot from a 45-degree angle just on the arc.
We'll leave it to the learned gentlemen that understand why that actually happened. But anyway.
The way Sandringham are playing, it may not decide the game, but it's the last thing Werribee needed.
They need to get what they need is a goal now. That's what they need.
Does it come back to just the point of greatest advantage?
Sharp is away to the right-hand side.
So the goal goes through. So the ball now goes back into the middle. But there's a free kick inside the forward 50 off Sandringham. Then there's a free kick taken. The free kick gets taken from that point instead of from the middle. Had it been a Werribee free kick, it would have been taken in the middle.
Yeah,
is that potentially?
I don't think it was a free kick for inside the 50 though. Sotomaco was a long way from the ground.
All right, confusion all round. Another free kick now going Hill's way for the Zebras. And Hill just concede a little bit of ground and they'll play the patient game out wide. That kick okay from Marshall. And the Zebras have it on the Beach Road side. Approaching half-time. This one's fast getting out of hand. 8-goal game. Claverino. He'll switch for Hill. It's getting a lot of the ball today, Hill. He's going to go short. Looking for Smith. That gets cut off. Henderson. They go inside 50 now. Werribee. No mark was taken. Off hands. Over the top, Reese. Perhaps could have had a shot. Went to the handball instead. And Hooper couldn't quite get to it. So they repel another attack. Bouncing ball. Canellan's up against Barrack. Canellan got to it first. Did well. Hand pass out there away. Sandringham. Goddard was asking for it up the ground, but they go by hand for the time being. Great handball over the top. Although it gets held up. A great tackle from Munro. And a ball up on the outer side.
They've got to take half chances, Werribee, because Sandringham are just flowing down the ground, playing some really good football and really opening up the game. So Werribee have to take half chances.
Armitage sends him inside 50. The fist on the ball. A man went down. Boyd got the fist, but going down was Williams. A free kick going his way.
Goal the difference between the Eagles and the Hawks as three-quarter time approaches. The Eagles by 6 points at Etihad. Here's 73-25. Werribee with the footy deep in the back pocket. Boyd couldn't hang on to it. It's over the line. The kick made life difficult for him from Williams, and they'll toss it in deep in the forward pocket at the Sortner end.
And cut out the mistakes by just ball kicking skills.
Yep, that makes it difficult. Now they've got to defend for their lives. 25-73 as we approach half-time. Berry front position, worked off it. Well played, Maishman. He won the footy at ground level. He found his man. Good stuff to Cleese. Just knocked it to his own advantage. Now he's got to go to work in a one-on-one. The cavalry arrive. It's a good result for Werribee. Came to Cleese. That was from Rees, who can run away now. Gets on his right boot to the top of the 50. Not going to find a marking option at ground level. Bennett. Can he go to work? Oh, well played, big fella in the defensive 50. That's Claverino, who did nicely. In fact, make that Minchington a chance for Werribee to have a shot on goal. They need one to steady things down.
Munro.
And finally, Munro does the business. So the one thing that they have done well is kick straight. 31, 5-1, 31 to Sandringham, 11-7, 73, 27 gone in the second term.
It's just the consistency and the continuity of their play, and Werribee just floats in and out of the game where Sandringham have been backing up each other. You know, they've kicked 11 goals to 5 this half, so Werribee's playing better team football and making less mistakes, and that's a difference in the game at the moment.
Very well organised, Stoney, and they're very well organised down in front of our commentary position. The Oz kick is about to come on the ground, representing some local clubs, and I can tell you the organisers very much have the ears and eyes of those youngsters. They're just about ready to come on and do their thing. We're going nowhere in the middle, in case you hadn't noticed. 73-31.
You've got to love when you're a young fella playing footy, don't you, for the first time.
Yeah, and
right.
Plenty of young girls down there too, Stoney. It's fantastic to see them getting the opportunity. A long ball inside the 50 for the Zebras. A chance for McLean, couldn't take it. At the back of the pack, chance for Lamb. He's worked over the line. They'll toss it in. 3 around from the point post.
Good concept, young people playing football at half-time.
A young lady at home, Stoney, who believes that these seniors just fill in until the real stars come on at halftime.
How old is your young little girl?
She's 5.
Good stuff.
And she goes for the halftime entertainment, which is the Oz Kickers. Here's Zilla trying to work his way out of trouble. Here's Collins, well tackled. Came from Seckle to Wycard, around the corner, across the face. Out of bounds on the full. 73-31. Here's the voice of Adam Sarakoglu on Peter Jackson VFL Live on a Sunday afternoon.
Best guess is a 42-point lead. Leads it. Confirm that for me.
Yes, you're all
Thank
over
you.
it.
The numbers just jump out in front of me and they get all tangled up. And they really confuse me. McFarlane down the line. Those on the backs of players' jumpers here. Ball's up for grabs. Sandringham might just win this back. There's a whistle. Free kick, Sandringham. They've had a few of those.
Some clubs have got numbers on the front of their jumpers.
Yes, Werribee's one of those clubs. We appreciate that.
And
don't know why that's just not uniformly accepted across all competitions in footy.
I reckon it will be one day. I reckon it's a really great move.
Local, AFL, the whole lot. Switching ball. It's been a staple of the TAC Cup competitions for a long time now. Battle, hand pass. Sequel goes wide. Now to Zebras. Going to work this one patiently towards half forward. Just a wayward kick, though. It escaped Langlands that time, and now it's in the hands of Grebel. Tried to work his way through to middle. Kick didn't go far. Rees, wide. Maloney, siren, as he tried to work it to Henderson. They weren't direct enough, and they're stuck on 5-1-31. We're 2 quarters down with 2 to go on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Sandringham 11-7-73. Werribee a 5-1. We'll take a quick break and discuss what's happened here at Trevor Barker Beach Oval. It's half time and a big lead, 42-point lead for the Zebras over Werribee. Back after this.
Watch Channel 7 this Saturday for live Peter Jackson VFL action. Head to vfl.com.au for the full list of upcoming broadcast games, results and news, or download the new VFL app, the Peter Jackson VFL. Live this Saturday at 2 p.m. on Channel 7. Get involved.
There's an art to this kind of deal. The guy's got to look the part. He's got to be smart. He's got to be brave. He's got to know when to seize the moment. With Peter Jackson half-year sale, any 2 suits for $895. The rules are simple, but the art is in the details.
Peter Jackson.
Your Peter Jackson VFL Club needs you to show your support. Buying a VFL Club membership puts you in the box seat to watch AFL players and the stars of the future at your local ground. The VFL gives you the chance to get in the coach's huddle and enjoy kick-to-kick on the field whilst kids under 15 get in free. To be part of the action, head to vfl.com.au/membership to find out what membership offers are available at your club in 2018.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wink up first. Playground second.
And you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
There you go.
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer
or check out digitalradioplus.com.au
and upgrade to digital.
The new VFL app is the best way to keep up to date with all the action in the Peter Jackson VFL and Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Follow live scores, get the latest news and see all the game stats at the end of each weekend's round of matches. Search VFL and download it from the App Store. The VFL app. Get involved.
For all the latest Peter Jackson VFL news, results and video links, head to vfl.com.au. Your week is fully planned. See highlights from the latest round of VFL action each Monday. Catch up with all the stats that matter on Tuesday. Wednesday, look through the Toyota Top 5 Plays of the Week. Thursday, stay tuned for the team announcements. Then Friday, preview the next round of action. Visit the Peter Jackson VFL website at vfl.com.au. Get involved.
It's your job. You'll be fine.
Mate, just because everybody seems like they're doing it, doesn't actually mean that they are doing it.
Help your kids understand that betting and sport don't have to go together.
The ads don't always tell you the risks, yeah?
Before you have the talk, check lovethegame.vic.gov.au. Authorised by VRGF Melbourne.
Streaming live through VFL.com.au and Aussie Digital. This is Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
Half time at Trevor Barker Beach Oval, round 8 in the Peter Jackson VFL. 11-7-73 Sandringham leading Werribee 5-1. 31, 2 goals each for Nathan Smith, Josh Battle and Ray Canellan for the Zebras. They're trying to break a 4-game losing streak after winning their first 2 games of this new season. We can't say new season anymore. We are now, of course, 8 weeks into it. We're approaching winter. So Sandringham looking good so far. It is half-time here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. We had the VFL hour earlier in the week on 11:16. SEN Andrew Moore from the Tigers was our guest with Jack Heverin and Anthony Stangitz. Let's have a listen.
How was everyone pulled up from the weekend? Yeah, they've pulled up really well. So yeah, it was a good win in the end. But yeah, they've been able to come off the ground unscathed and in really sort of in a healthy position coming into this weekend.
Andrew, what's it been like taking over the captaincy from David Mirror this season?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Mirror was a fantastic captain for the club and led the club for many years. And I was able to play with him last year and really learn from him and see what he does well. And still, I'm able to obviously have the opportunity to hopefully don't play with him most weeks, but obviously being able to have him around the club, even just to question him and just learn from him because he is a great leader and he's obviously been around the club for so long. But it's been challenging. But it's been a positive experience so far. But I've really enjoyed the challenge. But and I'm sure that there'll be many more to come for the remainder of the year.
I know it's only your second season at the club, but there's been that great relationship between Hawthorn and the Box Hill Hawks. You've seen Dave Mirror recruited to Hawthorn, but probably more so off the field in the coaches' box that we've seen a number of those former Box Hill Hawks coaches go on to Hawthorn, and the likes of Damien Carroll are still involved at Box Hill with development as well.
Yeah, we have a great relationship with Hawthorn. I think that's a really positive thing to have with obviously a number of the AFL guys playing with us, and but also the coaches coming down and offering up their expertise, and we're able to sort of question them and ask them, and it's been fantastic so far, and that relationship between Box Hill and Hawthorn is just continuing to develop, and especially with we're almost relying on the AFL group a little bit more, seemingly with the development league sort of not continuing this year. So so they put together a fantastic program, and we couldn't do it without them.
It's an interesting point you raised there, Andrew. With no D-League this year, I've been interested to talk to clubs about how they're handling it. Box Hill have always, to me, had this really strong culture of, even though they've got the listed players, of always making sure that they've got a raft of young talent coming through. So how has that juggling act been this year a little bit? Is there more emphasis, I guess, at training and from a development perspective to make sure that these youngsters who are just on the periphery remain interested at VFL level?
Yeah, it is important to keep the young guys sort of motivated and engaged. But Hawthorn, Box Hill, they put together a fantastic program for everyone involved. So Chris Newman and the coaching group put together a good program that is able to encourage the guys that are playing sort of in that local league, but also the guys that are obviously playing sort of regular football. But it is hard to juggle at times, given that there is so many of the Box Hill listed players that are going and playing locals. So it is important that you do, when the guys come down to train on those Tuesday, Thursday, you do keep it engaging and sort of a fun environment to be around. And I think we've been able to do that really well so far. But the challenge is sort of as the season goes on, especially sort of through the middle part of the year.
And Andrew, one of the most pleasing aspects must be the number of Box Hill Hawks listed players we've seen on a regular basis, probably averaging 8 VFL listers per week, and the likes of Will Murphy, Will Hams, Anthony Brolick and Mitch O'Donnell making it difficult to not be selected on a weekly basis.
Yeah, it's again, I sort of put sort of faith in that program that if there is a Box Hill player that needs to come into the team, they fulfil their role, and that's something that we pride ourselves on. It doesn't matter who plays week in, week out, whether that's an AFL listed player, whether it's a Box Hill listed player, as long as you fulfil your role within the team, then it shouldn't matter who's out there. And I think we've been able to do that really well, and I suppose it goes without saying in terms of with our results as well.
How does the captaincy sit with you? Vice-captain last year, and you were voted in by the players this year. Are you enjoying it?
I have enjoyed it. Like I said before, it has been a bit challenging given we with that sort of new program, with not having the development, it has been difficult at times, but I sort of rely on the coaching group, but also the other leaders around me. So sort of Chris Jones, got Maxie Ryan, sort of Will Murphy, Will Hand, and Bill and Bully O'Donnell as well. They've all been really supportive and sort of balancing that act, and that's been fantastic so far. But I'm really enjoying the challenge, but also sort of that leadership role. I've always wanted to focus on my leadership, and this has been a sort of step in the right direction.
A couple of your VFL listers on the injury list at the moment, Chris Jones on the sidelines and Max Warren, one of the other players that's been there regularly over his time at Box Hill Hawks has been Mitch O'Donnell. It must be great to see him regularly out on the field now and cementing that senior position.
Yeah, it is. So with obviously Chris Jones and Maxie Warren being on the sidelines, they're sort of two important players to our playing group. They're sort of tracking in the right direction at the moment, but they're going through a bit of a slow process. But yeah, like what you said with Mitch O'Donnell, he's sort of been struck with injury over the last couple of years, but the way he approaches his football and the recovery that he puts in off the field, it shows that he's able to get his body right, and because it's more important that he's out in the field because we need him week in, week out.
Big test coming up this week. Third on the table and just sitting pretty, but North Melbourne, we were just talking about them before, and the fact that they can be a real smoky in this competition this year.
Yeah, they had a really strong performance on the weekend against Port Melbourne, and I think they can really upset a few teams. We won't take them lightly at all, like we don't in any week. So it's going to be really important that we start well and we go through the processes that we know that works for us. But yeah, we're looking forward to a big contest.
Andrew Moore there with Jack Heverin and Anthony Stank. It's half-time here at Trevor Barker Beach Oval. 11-7-73 to Zebras, leading Werribee 5-1-31. Adam Sarikoglu, Michael Leeds and Mark Stone with you for this one. We'll take a quick break. The third term not too far away. It is a 42-point lead for the Zebras over Werribee. We'll clear some commitments now and come back with the start of the second half after this.
There's an art to this kind of deal. The guy's got to look the part. He's got to be smart. He's got to be brave. He's got to know when to seize the moment. With Peter Jackson half-year sale, any two suits for $895. The rules are simple, but the art is in the details.
Peter Jackson.
But it's your job. You'll be fine.
Mate, just because everybody seems like they're doing it doesn't actually mean that they are doing it.
Help your kids understand that betting and sport don't have to go together.
The ads don't always tell you the risks, yeah?
Before you have the talk, check lovethegame.vic.gov.au. Authorised by VRGF Melbourne.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
1-2, Jamie Wickup first. Craig Lowndes
And
second.
you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
Your Peter Jackson VFL club needs you to show your support. Buying a VFL club membership puts you in the box seat to watch AFL players and the stars of the future at your local ground. The VFL gives you the chance to get in the coach's huddle and enjoy kick-to-kick on the field whilst kids under 15 get in free. To be part of the action, head to vfl.com.au/membership to find out what membership offers are available at your club in 2018. The new VFL app is the best way to keep up to date with all the action in the Peter Jackson VFL and Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Follow live scores, get the latest news and see all the game stats at the end of each weekend's round of matches. Search VFL and download it from the App Store. The VFL app. Get involved. Watch Channel 7 this Saturday for live Peter Jackson VFL action. Head to vfl.com.au for the full list of upcoming broadcast games, results and news, or download the new VFL app, the Peter Jackson VFL. Live this Saturday at 2 p.m. on Channel 7. Get involved.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
There you go.
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer.
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au.
And upgrade to digital.
For all the latest Peter Jackson VFL news, results and video links, head to vfl.com.au. Your week is fully planned. See highlights from the latest round of VFL action each Monday. Catch up with all the stats that matter on Tuesday. Wednesday, look through the Toyota top 5 plays of the week. Thursday, stay tuned for the team announcements. Then Friday, preview the next round of action. Visit the Peter Jackson VFL website at vfl.com.au. Get involved.
Streaming live through VFL.com.au and Aussie Digital. This is Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
It's Sandringham taking on Werribee round 8 in the Peter Jackson VFL. 11-7-73 to Zebras, leading Werribee 5-1-31. Adam Sarikoglu joined by Michael Leeds and Mark Stone here at Trevor Barker Beach Oval. Gentlemen, I'll bring you back into the conversation now. What have we made of the first half? Just seems like Werribee are a little bit undermanned at the moment. When you actually speak about Matt Hansen, he's going to be a big loss. He's done a foot injury, and hearing different reports, Stoney, I'll bring you into this one. I've had some sources tell me it could be out for the season. That's a big loss if he doesn't make his return, Matt Hansen, but you believe he might be a chance to come back later in the season.
I was talking to Matty on Wednesday night briefly, and he said that he wants to be back before the end of the year, and obviously broken feet or broken foot, obviously how quickly you can recover from that. But, I mean, you want him back fit because he's so important to the team, and, you know, he's the leading inside mid, obviously one of the leading inside mids in the comp, so being out of the team takes a lot away from the Werribee engine room, really.
Have you seen it had an impact out here today? Because you marked it at the start of the game that this is going to be a midfield battle. Clearly Sandringham's winning that. They're just smashing. We don't have the stats in front of us, but they're smashing Werribee with forward entries and quality forward entries as well. And they've got 18 scoring shots to 6. So they've got 3 times the number of scoring shots on the board. They were quite inaccurate in that second term, kicking 5 goals for, not too bad, but 5 goals for a couple of missed opportunities. Is that where we're seeing a difference at the moment in this game? Potentially bigger bodies, a couple of AFL guys out there. You talk about Armitage, who had a good first quarter in particular. Is that the difference that you're seeing from ground level at the moment?
Yeah, the difference is that Sandringham are using the ball better and wherever you turn the ball over. So you've got to stop the turnovers in the game, limit the turnovers and put pressure on your ball carriers. And Sandringham's midfield is certainly winning in that area, which has given their forwards. And they've used their breeze really well. We've seen the first quarter where we kicked 4 goals to Sandringham 6. So already you're behind the 8 ball because you're kicking against the breeze, which it was a 4-goal breeze. In that second quarter, the breeze really picked up. And the end which Sandringham was kicking towards and the scores on the board. So that's the difference in the game at the moment.
Before you go on, gents, things starting to unravel a little bit for the Hawks against West Coast, who lead 73-54, 19 points the margin, 9.5 remaining in the final term. And Melbourne have bounced out of the blocks against Adelaide. They lead 3-1, 19 to Adelaide, yet to register a score in the first term.
So that one's in the NT. Fremantle taking on North Melbourne, and you just watch North Melbourne these days, Leedsy. I can't help but just see the success of one B. Brown and our man Stoney, who takes all responsibility for the success story that is Ben Brown.
Three coffees it took me. No, but you know what?
Could be on his way to a Coleman.
It's great to see that Ben's doing well because he is a really great bloke and a great kid, and just making the best of his opportunity. And that's all you want. Player gets an opportunity to play AFL football and makes a fist of it, where he trains hard, works hard in his game, and he gets the results, then it's a good
You don't
result.
necessarily need to name names at the moment, Stoney. Are there other Ben Browns in the VFL that some AFL clubs are going to be looking at the moment? Do we still have guys that perhaps have not had that opportunity
Absolutely.
at this level?
Absolutely.
In a similar mould as well, bigger types that are going to...
Yeah, I think without question, without notice, the next couple of weeks what we'll do is we'll have a look at the players in the VFL and look at the players that we believe could go on and play AFL football.
Bit of a scouting report.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at all the teams, and because there's a number of players, in I believe in each team. There's the kids, the Auskick kids, Leasy, have just come off and getting their photos taken. That's a great thing here at Sandringham. Do it every week, every time they play home, a big Auskick contingent. But we will do that, Adam, Leasy. We'll put that together and we'll have a make it a discussion.
We'll do it at halftime scouting report of
all the VFL clubs and who should be playing AFL football, who should be on the AFL list.
We'll run that by Pierre.
Yeah,
when he does get back from
Will you listening, Leasy?
No, he's gone. Do what you want, Stoney. It'll be a worthwhile exercise because Stoney has, and I'm not just pumping up his tyres because he's part of this coverage, but he has runs on the board. So if you're interested in the next generation, stay tuned. Here, we're back in the middle and underway. That scoreboard 73-31. Werribee, it's fair to say, need to get going. Ainsworth on the wing. Gee, that's a strong tackle from Munro on Ainsworth.
Watch your step there, Stoney.
There's a little bit of soreness creeping into some Sandringham players here after some big contests. One of them was Peyton, who was just off the ball there from a contest earlier. Here's DeCleese. He's trying to get them going forward. Long ball. Now, is this a free kick? It's against Corbett. I thought it was going Werribee's way, but Marshall is the man to come up with a pill on the half-back line. He's going to steer this to the wing. A well-weighted kick in the end for Minchington, who takes it, wants to play on quickly and does. Goes through the middle. Gee, it was an audacious kick. It landed nicely for Wright and they're away. He heads to half-forward. Good stuff. Strong hands at half-forward for Sandringham. And it's Canellan, who's really had his own footy since he went off the ground for that ankle. And he steers this to the 50, where the mark is taken by Wright. He's 5 metres in from the boundary line. It'll take some kicking, Stoney, even for him in these conditions. Yep, couldn't agree more.
Just finding his spot boundary side, Stoney.
Last week he was busy pilfering Mother's Day scones. Here's Wright. He's going to the pocket, going to lay it up. Punched away from the contest. Lamb came through. His kick smothered. But ball at ground level. And we're set to do it all again. So no score yet. Early going. Third term. 2 gone. 73-31.
Around the grounds, it's the Eagles by 20. And the Demons, how well are they going? By 25. As the ball gets hacked out toward the middle of the ground. Corbett underneath it. Had it fisted away from him. The Class has it for the Tigers. High ball towards half forward. Is pressured as he kicked it, so he didn't quite get it exactly where he wanted it. The question for deliberate out of bounds is ignored for Werribee. Boundary throw in just on the outskirts of 50.
Stoney got a touch.
Where is our man, Stoney?
He just threw it back to the boundary umpire. He's all over it.
Stoney, we got you now.
Can you hear me?
Thank you. Boundary throw in. Right half forward here for Werribee. They need to get on their bike here and get some work done on the scoreboard. Naishman with the tackle, potentially in the back, but umpire said it was okay. So a ball up. Sun's out for the first time today, Stoney.
Yeah, it's beautiful down here.
So, tackle here from Reese. Just sneaks inside 50 and another ball up. Very close eye on around the grounds. Leads 20-point lead for the Eagles, and the Demons have kicked another goal.
Jager's just taken a mark. He's 25 out directly in front, so that'll get him back to within 3 kicks.
How long gone?
5.5 remaining playing time, Stoney.
Longer, won it down, but to the wrong man. Tackle from Arbitich to hold things up. The game started like this, a lot of stoppages early.
Where we need to get a goal here, gents.
They're inside 50. They haven't had too many opportunities. They've got the breeze. Find out from Stoney in a moment if that breeze still worth 4 goals as Henderson hacks it towards goal. It goes through for a minor score. 5-2-32 to 11-7-73. Mark Stone, boundary side.
3-goal breeze, boys, so Werribee kicking
so
this
it's
in.
down a goal.
Yep.
But the Zebras, they didn't care in the first quarter. They kicked 6-3 into it. Armitage now has the ball, goes over the top. Dangerous ball, turnover. Marked well by Coughlin. Kicked the Tigers' first goal of the game. He's thinking about a shot, is he, Stoney? Went a long way back, right foot toward the top of the square. Corbett didn't go up for it. Collins down there, but a great mark taken by Marshall.
Who wants to go quickly? Yes, he has, Stoney. Was that 50, or did the man come off after he was called to play on?
Could have
came
been
off
50.
The side of his boot, touched, no mark. Minchington working hard with Cook on the outer side. Weikart's there for support, but no one's going to come up with this one. Joyce sees it over, and they'll toss it in.
So just a bit on Sam Collins. As a junior, Sam Collins in the Oakley Charger was a forward. Now, he's made his mark when he was in AFL as a backman, but now he's gone forward in this quarter. So this could be an interesting move from Coach Lamont.
He got a lot of the foot in that first half, but unfortunately it wasn't good news for Werribee. It was all in the defensive 50. Here on the wing, this is nicely done. A little bit of zip there. That was nice from Payton, who kicks down the line. It allows Canellan in. Can he go to work here at ground level? He's got one to beat. He just hacks it off the ear, and that's a goal. Why would you bother bending down and picking it up when you can just hack it from the pocket without a problem in the world? I reckon that Coughlin's probably within his rights to feel a little bit unlucky there.
When things are going right for you, it's amazing what happens, isn't it? Like, he's actually got that on the instep of his foot, could have gone either way, and it's gone straight through the middle. Can't beat that, can you?
Yeah, magnificent stuff from deep in the pocket.
Actually, if Anthony Stangers has listened, that could be one of the top 5 for this week, I reckon, that goal.
One superhero we haven't seen in the Marvel universe is Captain Obvious, and I'm going to play that role for a moment. Werribee couldn't afford that. Back in the middle.
No, they couldn't have.
Back in the middle. Longer. Wins it down. This looks like another clearance coming up for the Zebras. Wide handball there from Answorth. Got it to Cook. Was pushed after the kick. It's a Werribee ball, Beach Road side. Right foot towards half forward. The Breezes carry that a fair way. Collins is down there at the moment. Porter stays in play for the moment. Marshall's in the region. Now it spills out. Boundary throw in. Josh Porter only his 3rd game for the year for the Tigers. Let's wait for the 2 rucks to nominate. It'll be Longer and Berry, as it has been for the most part today. Longer in front. Ball tapped out. Right, ducked under a tackle. Did well to get it out. Armitage, high ball. Clearing ball toward the wing. Battle was there, meeting the contest. Pretty hard that time was McLean. Goes out of play. Boundary throw in once more. 12-7 playing 5-2. 7 gone. 3rd term. Eagles and Demons and the teams up in the top level today. Leedsy. Boundary throw in. Go back around the grounds in a moment. Ball pinballing around. Canellan did well. Hand pass out. They're away again. Right inside 50. Tried to set up a pass that time. Bouncing ball towards the square. Picked up by Hayden. But he's given away the free kick. Werribee ball, last line of defence. Short pass from Barrack. That's okay. Was the mark paid for Berry? And he gets ripped down in the tackle, holding the ball on a free kick coming up for the Zebras. Nothing going right for the Tigers at the moment.
When things go wrong for you, they go wrong for you. Umpire says didn't have it. Obviously had an opportunity to get rid of it, but free kick and a shot at goal.
Directly in front. Hayden McLean can add himself to the score sheet. He can become the 10th individual goal kicker for the day for the Zebras.
Spread it well, haven't they?
He'll take the margin out beyond 50 points, and he converts. 13-7-85, playing 5-2-32. It's getting away. Sandringham might be back on the winners list. Their form line this year, win-win, loss by, loss-loss. Could be a 3rd W coming up for the Zebras.
Yeah, and for Werribee, they've just got to keep hanging in there and keep having a crack. They've just got to get their hands on the ball. Sandringham just really just dominating there with Longer in the middle, just giving their Armitage in there also. You can't be experienced, but Werribee just got to try and get their hands on the ball.
So what can they muster here? We know that if they can get their tails up, they can do some damage. They're trying to here out of the middle. They're streaming to 50. Maishman with the long shots. And that's home. Well, that'll help. More of that, thank you. Beautiful kick from Joe. And they're on to 38, trailing Sandringham 13-7-85.
Pretty easy footy, isn't it? Just get the handball down.
Yeah, just
midfield's handball.
Just do that more, Stoney.
Do that more. Just can't beat that.
Around the ground, 75-60. Eagles in front of Hawthorn with 1:44 remaining. Looks like that one is gone the way of the visitors, who will have a rare win in Melbourne. And Melbourne, away from Melbourne, against Adelaide, lead 31-6.
Care to tell me why that game's not at the G?
No, don't. We don't have long enough to get into that.
Half forward for Sandringham, but Werribee do get it back. Bouncing ball out wide. It's not going to be chased down by Sharp. A boundary throw in. Beach Road side.
Absurdity, Adam, is what it is.
Do believe it's available today. Is it not?
Why would you not use the showcase ground?
Boundary throw in. That was a grand final matchup only 3 years ago. Not easy. Back live. So
Eagles
ball's
desperate to play at the G.
Pinballing around, making a good case. Don't make too much sense. Michael leads. Hand pass out wide. Cook. 1-2 down to the line. Just over the head that time. No mark was taken for McLean. High ball. Longer went up. Didn't bring it down. There's not much of a contest at the moment. It's just a big kick to kick. Longer's very slow to get up. Keep an eye on that one. Mark Stone if you can. Barrick. Spun away from the tackler. Kick towards half forward. Again, a nothing kick. This game, Fizzy's well and truly out of it at the moment. Armitage over the top, trying to set up right. Bounced away from him. Barrick with the pressure. Picked up. Chance now for the Zebras once more. Escaping with the ball was Langleds. And the kick's on the way. Bouncing. Does it go through?
Yes, it does.
You can hear the applause. Yet another goal for the Zebras. 14-7-91 to 6-2-38. Only 11 minutes into the third quarter. I'm calling it. We are into junk time.
Already?
It just has that feel about it, Stoney, at the moment.
Billy Long
that was potentially the worst passage of play for the entire game.
Billy Long has just hobbled off the ground. So he's off the ground at the moment, along with Mike Cook. So we'll see what happens there.
I'm normally glass half full with games like this, Leedsy, but you know that contest right there, the intensity's gone at the moment.
Speaking of intensity gone, full time. Eagles 75-60, 11-9, 75 to the Hawks 9-6, 60. So a big win away from home for them. And we'll keep you up to date. The massive game between Melbourne and Adelaide, 37-12. The D's in front at Traeger Park. North
now
and Fremantle to get underway shortly.
Speaking of West Coast, they host St Kilda next week. Now, Jay Carlisle on report. A couple of injuries out of the game yesterday, so we could have some players out here today for the Zebras that might be making that trip over next week for the game against the Eagles.
Long ball inside the 50 for Werribee. Corbett has it knocked away. Reese at ground level. This way, that away. Good, strong tackling from Ainsworth. They then appealed for holding the ball. Nothing doing. Lamb got his mate into a bit of trouble, but good enough. Came away from Joyce to Ainsworth through the middle. Zilla, away they go. Weikart's on the end of it. Looping handball over the top to the run that just keeps coming for Sandringham. Big, strong hit on the outer wing. Oh, that was tough stuff. Straight up was Smith. Gee, he's going to know who he's played in a game today.
You know the old Epsom salts. Remember those?
Yes.
He's going to need plenty of them.
Yes, he might need a replay too. I think that will be reviewed strongly, just how strong he's been in the contest. Comes across here to Goddard. He's 65 from home, steers to the pocket, knocked away from the contest. Here's Minchington at ground level. He wants a free kick. Umpire says no. Yes, he says yes. No, then yes, because you're having a good day. Minchington on the boundary line, 35 out. Where does this need to start, Stoney?
This needs to start right-hand goalpost.
Oh, he's going to chip it to the lead. That was an interesting kick. He was banking on an error. He got one. Hayden, he's well tackled though. Ball spills free from the handball. Came across from right to Langlands, deep into the pocket, high ball, big fly, no good. Ball at ground level to be won. That's okay. Coughlin's there with Sharp. It finishes over the line and they'll toss it back in.
Epsom Salt, Stoney, explain that for the millennials listening.
So Epsom Salts, before we had ice bars and we had Radox and Epsom Salts and Ray Lamps, and just to get the bruises and the knocks and all those sort of things that go with footy.
Don't forget cold tinnies, Stoney. Sotomarco comes away with the footy from the back pocket.
That's something the millennials do understand.
It's a ball to be won on with the wing, and it is well won by Werribee. Inside the 50 they go. Now, the ball sits momentarily, but in the end it's going to be punched over the line, and it'll be brought back in straight away, and they're off on the outer wing.
Lamb has it for the Zebras, outer side, Beach Road side, goes over the top. Kick was looking for McLean over his head. Out of bounds on the full, in fact, and a free kick going Werribee's way. On that outer side, 14-7, 91, playing 6-3, 39. 52 points. Is
there a bit of trouble on the bench there, Stoney?
Yeah, Jake Sharp's just come off, just complaining about his right knee, so I'm just the doctor's with him in a moment.
Lamb, helicopter ball out of the danger zone. It might be coming back in now as Werribee go back inside 50. Target was Corbett, couldn't take the mark off hands. Bouncing ball on the way, and it's dribbled through by Joel Bennett, the 23rd man. Goal number 7 of the day for Werribee, 7-3, 45, playing 14-7, 91, halfway through to third.
Yeah, Joel Bennett, good young player, and got a lot of football ahead of him, and good upside for a young fella. It's a good goal and a great result.
Under pressure too, Stoney. There's a bit to like there.
Yeah, a bit to work with there. So it's just it's never-ending story, football. You know, you lose games, and you sort of, what do you take out of it? And you take out the fact that you need to obviously recruit more players or get better players, or just rebuild on your list of what you got at the moment. So it's just an ongoing evolution with football.
18-37 at Traeger Park. Adelaide have kicked their third goal of the afternoon, but Melbourne in control. Sandringham doing that work here. They kicked a half forward from the stoppage. No mark at ground level. Picked up by Smith. Goes on his left boot. Well smothered. Good stuff from Werribee's defence, but they're being overrun. It comes over the top from Seckel. He got it to Hayden, who kicks the goal from the top of the square. No! He missed from the top of the square. Hit the middle work. You won't be happy with that. He's hit the full toss to cover when the team is in fill your boots mode. Long ball back in. Werribee with it. DeCleese, yeah, nicely played. Released his man. They're off and running through McFarlane. Needed to get rid of it just ahead of when he did. It's built to Weikart. Handball okay. Looking for, but not finding Seckel. At ground level, here's Zilla. Under pressure. And they'll force a 50-50 ball at half. Well, it's pretty much on the wing in front of the scoreboard there. 17 gone, third term, 46-92, the home side in front.
Famous name for a lot of Saints fans. In the late 90s.
Who was that?
Zilla.
Stephen Zilla.
Yes.
Oh. There you go.
Ball thrown up, outer side, Longer. Won it down. Kick was smothered initially out the back. They will go inside 50 now. High ball from right towards half forward. No mark was taken. Big jump for it though. Hand pass out. Mitchington has an open goal face to look at. An easy goal. Number 15. 15-8, 98. Sandringham. Werribee is 7-3. 45.
I tell you what, I've seen Darren Mitchington do that many times here. He's been a stalwart of the St Kilda Football Club and Sandringham Football Club over a number of years now, and played a lot of really good VFL football, and he's a class player.
Only his second game for the year at this level.
Yeah, so he's been around a long time in the system, so it's good to see him. Good handy player to have back in your system, Darren Mitchington, good player.
I'll say, very good game from Sandringham today. Our effects mic's very close to the crowd here, but it's a very quiet crowd today, Stoney.
Passive.
Yeah,
passive crowd.
It's been like that all day.
Yeah, it's been a significant win for Sandringham. There's not too much tension in the air, would be fair to say. McFarlane darts away from Zilla on the outer wing, goes on the outside of his right boot. hoping for Munro. Did well to get a contest in. Ball to be won at ground level. Oh, trouble here for Corbett. Just got the handball in the nick of time. Marshall picked it up. Handball just sold his mate into a bit of trouble there, and now the pressure comes from Maloney. That was on Langlands, and they'll toss it up in the heart of the 50, Werribee attacking to the Sordner end. Trailing 45 to 98 in the third term with the breeze, but too much to overcome at this stage. Free kick too high, going Werribee's way, 35 out directly in front.
Is this young Bennett again?
It is.
Shows a bit. I'm really glad for him. He's a good kid. Had to work hard. Had a few injury problems, but good to see him back in the team and making a fist of it.
So his third game of the year, Stoney. He's got 2 goals to date. This will bring it up to an average of a goal a game. Nothing to be sneezed at for the 23rd man.
Got to be happy with that. Goal a game in your career.
Wandering in. Pretty level approach its away to the right-hand side. He knew as soon as he kicked it, he just lost a little bit of fluency as he went to kick. And as a result, he missed to the right-hand side. So Sandringham to bring it back in. Here's the voice of Adam Sarakoglu and Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
Thank you, Michael Leeds. Ball on the outer side, picked up here by McFarlane. He's had a pretty good game. That's going to be a turnover, though. So Sandringham get it back, and up towards half forward goes Seacle. Bouncing ball, it carries inside 50. Armitage was resting back there. He might get the handball received. Then he slips over. Pressure coming, hand pass out, snap goal. All's well that ends well. Hayden McLean gets his second of the term. And that's now 3 figures for the Zebras. 16-8, 104 to 7-4, 46.
And that just goes to show the difference in the teams. So the player can slip over, get up and kick a goal. I mean,
had a lot of time to recover, didn't he?
Yeah, you cannot allow a person, a player, to get up and slip over and get up and have a crack at goal.
A player of the quality of Damon Armitage.
Correct. So another really good result for the Sandy team.
Quite remarkable scoreline here at Traeger Park. It's quarter time, 7-1-43 Melbourne to Adelaide 3-1-19. It's obviously a very good track without too much wind to concern themselves with. As we come away from the scoreboard wing here, Seckle, long ball, Hayden flew, but at ground level, going to be picked up by Gribble. Oh, his handball last a bit there of McFarlane, sold him into all sorts of trouble. And there's going to be a free kick on play here, going Werribee's way. Chanellan just a little bit awry with the tackle. Came to Gribble from McFarlane. His kick is asking a lot there of Pettit. He had a couple to beat. One of them McLean. Chip over the top. Won't find a teammate in the air. 4-on-1 at ground level. McFarlane comes up with it. Canellan's got him though. Gee, he's worked hard today. He tried to smother the kick, put on a bit of pressure, and that did enough to force a 50-50 ball. It's punched over the line and they'll toss it back in.
Question for you, Stoney. Melbourne going very well at the moment. Probably no surprise. We've seen Casey go well at this level, a grand final a couple years ago. They had a good development league side as well in the old D League. Probably no surprise that we're seeing Demons at AFL level now playing good footy.
Yeah, there's obviously the competition used as some of the young players coming through to develop their game. And, North Melbourne went by themselves this year and, they've had a good result yesterday. But it just goes to show that what the VFL means for AFL teams or developing players to get drafted. And you're right, Casey and Melbourne have been a really positive result for both those clubs. So, that's what happens. If players play a lot of VFL footy who are AFL players and they become regular AFL players. So absolutely something in that.
So the ball out of bounds on the full as Werribee went into attack. Canellan claims it back for the Zebras. Goes down the line. A lot of numbers around the ball. Ground level and up for grabs. Sotomarco, underground handball. Tried to set up a teammate. Armitage got in the way. Won it back. His experience rising to the top here. Great kick in board as well. Mark taken Langlands. Goes wide. Cook down the line. Fist over the line. Boundary throw in that one. Killed off with authority, but it is all Sandringham at the moment. 16-8, 104 to 7-4, 46. 58? Question mark?
58 is correct.
Thank you.
Trust yourself.
You're in trouble when you got Stoney and I as the support cast, Adam. Let me tell you, Maichman at ground level. Gee, Lamb's been strong, hasn't he? And he Does a good job here making sure this one isn't going anywhere. They'll toss it up. Centre wing. Working hard at ground level, Maloney looking for Gribble. Lang came in, took him out of it and made sure the ball spilled free for Sandringham, who are away. Seckel gets it on. Inside the 50 they go. Payton kicks, and there's a nice strong mark at half forward. Well played battle in front of Barrack, and he can go back and have a ping.
Got some big boys in that forward line, haven't they? He's a big unit, young Battle.
Yeah, he's looked good, moved well today. Just drifted maybe a little bit in and out, but he looks a player when he's around the footy. Had 7 goals from 6 games coming into this afternoon. He's got 2 to date. This to take him to double figures for 2018, and to extend the margin, it's away to the right-hand side. He does only the latter. 105 to 46. 25 gone, third term. It's about how much here for Sandringham. Can they fill their boots? Percentage coming in. Needed a bit of work, so this will help. 74% coming into today, and really this is the first major blowout for Werribee. They're on 85%.
Can give you a live ladder shortly, Leedsy. Free kick or a mark, in fact, here for Sandringham. Claverino. He's going to go wide now. Not expecting it was Marshall. Pressure coming from DeClars out the back. That's holding the ball. Free kick, Werribee. Wasted opportunity that time for the Zebras. DeClars goes wide. It's now in the hands of Maloney. And Werribee looking to attack through the left half forward flank. Maloney takes a bounce. Inside 50, Henderson. Outsides that time against Goddard, who's happy to kill that one off. Then we have a boundary throw in. So we're into time on, well into time on, nearly 3/4 time. 16-9 to 7-4. Umpire brings this one back in. And down to the chaos. The ball was snapped through. That's a goal for Werribee. Maishman kicks another goal. Trips over on the way through in the celebrations, but it's far too little today for Werribee. They're really battling 8-4-52, playing 16-9, 105.
He's been really one of their better contributors, Joe Maishman. He kicked that goal before in this quarter. He burst through the middle. So he's having a really good season this year, Joe, and it's good to see. He's a young fella that's got a lot of upside to his game and a good result there. And you're right, Werribee have been outclassed today so far in this game, and a good result for young Maishman.
So can they claw some of this back? 53 points the margin, 52 to 105. And a commanding performance from the home side. Longer up in the ruck, but he's beaten there by Berry. Now, is this a free kick shepherding against Berry? You wonder what he's done wrong this morning. As Longer kicks to half forward. High ball, and it's going to allow the defence to close. Coming up with it, sort of Marco. Puts it down, has a bounce, and then runs along the wing. He's kicked to half forward, just over the head of Collins. Asked a lot of him. Good stuff, Bennett. Read it best. Got it away. Here's Munro to the pocket. De Cleese has got it.
So probably the best bit of play for the days, that then. Taking the ball from the back line to the forward line with kicking goal.
And, yeah, yep. Spot on, Stoney. As efficient as they've been. So Collins hasn't really been given much opportunity since being moved forward at half-time. The shot to come from Kai de Cleese here. He's got one. That's a nice hit. That is a beautiful kick. Well, they might not win the game, but their last couple of goals will do the highlight reel the world of good. They're on to 58. Sandringham 105, 28 gone, third term.
Now, what they need to do now is take it back and get another goal now so they can finish the quarter with momentum. And you're right, get something out of the quarter when they've been totally outclassed.
Live ladder, Sandringham 3-4, percentage of 84.69, which is still 13 points behind Footscray. And Werribee third last, 80.38, the current percentage.
So they've gone up 12% already.
This is the only game in the Peter Jackson VFL to round out round 8. And we're back in the middle. That bounce favoured Longer. Ground level, it does get cleared out again for Werribee. Just getting some goals on the board late in the third quarter here. As Munro feeds it back to Barrack inside 50. Slipped through hands, no mark taken. Marshall claimed very quickly by Collins, who's been swung forward after having a very good second term across half back. And a ball up inside 50 here for the Tigers once more. Umpire throws it up. Berry up against Longer. Longer won it down to the wrong man. Outside of the boot for Aylett. And another goal for Werribee. 10-4-64 now all of a sudden to 16-9-105. They keep this up, they might still be in it.
Yeah, just got to keep... it's amazing how football works. One side drops away their concentration levels and the other side, just keeps playing and playing. And that's what footy is, just concentration around the ball. Kurt Aylett got on the end of that one. He's a good player, Kurt, and a really good, well-respected on the club. Good to see him back in playing football with that goal.
So, 29.5 go on. Can Werribee kick a couple late in this third term? Give them some sort of silly hope. At ground level, Longer gets it going, but his kick was smothered. Barrack's in the middle now. Knocked away to Seckle from Armitage. Tumbling ball going right to the goal face here. It's deep in the pocket. Kept in by McLean. Some defending to do for Werribee. Battles there. It's over the line. And now they will have to set up. Oh, there's a free kick here. It's going Sandringham's way. Perhaps out on the full, Stoney. I couldn't pick up any infringement. Playing on quickly, Battle. He got it on the outside of the boot when he wanted the inside. It's across the face. It's a floater. It's out of bounds, and we'll do it all again. This time it is out.
Stoney just saw Andrew Hooper back out onto the ground. Barely called his name today. I know the delivery up forward has not been great. A good player at this level. He's been very quiet among a lot of teammates.
Yeah, it's obviously the supply of the forward line and how the ball comes into the forward line. He had a shot on Gurley in the game which he sprayed and he would have kicked it usually.
So deep in the back pocket, Aylett, fresh from the goal, got a kick here, but it's going to be turned over. Sandringham, I'm going to go deep into the pocket. The kick wasn't absolute gold. Minchington asked to do a lot of work ahead of Barrack. Marshall, who does use the footy well, couldn't quite find the target there. They'll toss it back in. Half forward for Sandringham. It's 105-64, 31 gone.
Quarters have gone long, actually. A amount of 26 goals for the game so far.
Throw in on air until 4:45 today. Next week, we're at Victoria Park, Collingwood, taking on Richmond. That is a huge clash in the Peter Jackson VFL. Another throw in. The Tigers, the runners-up from last season against Collingwood, who have been pushing. Another free kick here for Sandringham. Almost back to where we were a minute ago. Exact same situation. It's in the hands of Smith. In the pocket. Right foot's on the way now. Umpire working back, following that one through. Well threaded. 17-9, 111 to 10-4-64.
As I said, when things go your way, that's a really hard goal to kick from that pocket. And he went for the left-hand goalpost, which took the ball to the right-hand side and went straight through. So a good result for the Sandy boys there.
3 goals for Smith, all of which have come late in each quarter so far today.
Takes him to 6 from 3 games so far. He's earned every single one of them today. He could well have had 4, but was sent from the field after earning a free kick for the blood rule. And he's had a good day. And he's put his head over the footy time and time again. Ball in the middle. Armitage, who's been terrific around the contest. Handball couldn't quite release a player. At ground level, Corbett spun in 360, but got it back to Maloney in the nick of time. Kicks inside the 50. Porter couldn't take it. Created a good contest. Allowed some space out the back. Sandringham closed quickly. Weikart went without it. Chance for Hooper at the back. He couldn't take it. They took him instead. Weikart comes up with it and clears. Gets them out of trouble for just the moment. Hill has the footy in the back pocket for Sandringham. This steers into Lamb and the Blonde Mops combined. They've got it at half back.
Lamb looking to go back to Hill. Now Cook.
Wide
ball for Goddard.
That was a good kick. That was a good kick by Mike Cook.
Hugh Goddard has the ball here for Sandringham. Goes down the line, left foot ball. Porter was in the best spot. Contest was met late there by Marshall. Werribee ball to emerge from ground level. Inside 50, Hooper can't get to it. Weikart goes down in a fair bit of pain and a boundary throw in.
He's in trouble, young Weikart.
Might have clenched at his wrist when he went down initially. Wrist, forearm, somewhere in that region. And wincing in pain. He's going to come off, cradling his left elbow. So he's going to come off the ground.
Stinger?
Stoney, you've probably got a good view of that one at the moment.
It could have been a stinger.
Potentially shoulder. I reckon he clutched at his wrist.
Yeah.
Boundary throw in, inside 50. Tigers have done well in this third term just to give themselves a tiny little glimmer of hope. Mark taken by Barrack. Right foot, inside 50, just wanted to get on with it. But he put it straight down the throat of Goddard. He'll go wide. Lamb has it. He'll go over the top. The kick slightly too hot. Almost brought down by Smith. There was a whistle. It will be his ball. It's Nathan Smith having a good game now. 3 goals. He'll go over the top. Hill. Inboard. Dangerous little worm burner. Okay for Zilla. Now to switch. Marshall can go to Goddard. Does so by foot. Goddard kept on running. Just waiting for the siren. 35 minutes now this third term has gone and we're still going. Mark was taken by Claverino over the top. Armitage, they're going to run out of real estate. It's a straight boundary line. It goes out of play. Boundary throwing.
Hogan's kicked his third of the afternoon and Melbourne lead 55-26 against the Crows. Traeger Park.
Well, we're going. We'll be giving updates from Fremantle versus North Melbourne.
Earlier this afternoon, West Coast over the top of Hawthorn. This is the standalone Peter Jackson VFL fixture on a Sunday.
What's the longest the quarter's ever gone?
43.5 minutes, Stoney.
Where was that? Did you make that up?
Ball to be won at ground level. G. Maloney might have got one high, allowed to go on. They've kicked to the wing.
Tough stat to track down because, you know, got to find the quarter where there was no, perhaps a stretcher. We haven't had that in this third quarter, so timekeepers might just gone to sleep, Stoney.
No, I don't think so.
36 minutes.
That happened a lot back in the day, Stoney, down near your neck of the woods, down Glenroy Hadfield way.
Did it?
In the local comps.
Only when they were kicking with the wind, Adam. There it is. Three-quarter time, Sandringham commandingly. 17-9, 111. Werribee 10-4, 64. That third term went 36 minutes and 8 seconds.
3 goals now for Nathan Smith. He's the leading goal kicker on the ground. 2 for Hayden McLean, Josh Battle, and Ray Canellan, Billy Longer, Ben Payton, Rowan Marshall, Darren Mitchington, Noon and Hayden, all singles. They have slammed through 17 goals, Sandringham, in what has been an offensive onslaught. 10-4-64, like I said, for Werribee. 2 goals for Joe Maishman, both in that third term. Kai DeClass, and then singles for Bennett, Rees, Corbett, Aylitz and Coughlin. 10-4-64, Werribee. They're trailing Sandringham 17-9, 111. They're 1 quarter away from snapping a 4-goal losing streak. 1 quarter to go here on Peter Jackson, VFL Live. It's Michael Leeds, Adam Sarikoglu. I stuffed up my own name there, Leedsy. Adam Sarikoglu and Mark Stone back after this.
Your Peter Jackson VFL Club needs you to show your support. Buying a VFL Club membership puts you in the box seat to watch AFL players and the stars of the future at your local ground. The VFL gives you the chance to get in the coach's huddle and enjoy kick-to-kick on the field whilst kids under 15 get in free. To be part of the action, head to vfl.com.au/membership to find out what membership offers are available at your club in 2018.
There's an art to this kind of deal. The guy's got to look the part. He's got to be smart. He's got to be brave. He's got to know when to seize the moment. With Peter Jackson half-year sale, get your 2 suits for $895. The rules are simple, but the art is in the details.
Peter Jackson.
Watch Channel 7 this Saturday for live Peter Jackson VFL action. Head to vfl.com.au for the full list of upcoming broadcast games, results and news, or download the new VFL app, the Peter Jackson VFL. Live this Saturday at 2 p.m. on Channel 7. Get involved.
I'm a digital radio. To help explain why it's time to update your old radio, with me is my friend Digital TV.
Hi.
There you go.
Remember when us TVs went digital?
Everyone does. Get to the point.
Suddenly, you got lots more channels for free.
Yes.
Well, it's the same with digital radio.
When you buy a digital radio, you can get all your favourite stations, plus up to 30 extra ones, playing all kinds of music, live sport and talk.
That's pretty great.
It's really great.
All you have to do is head into your nearest retailer
Or check out digitalradioplus.com.au
and upgrade to digital.
The new VFL app is the best way to keep up to date with all the action in the Peter Jackson VFL and Swiss Wellness VFL Women's. Follow live scores, get the latest news and see all the game stats at the end of each weekend's round of matches. Search VFL and download it from the App Store. The VFL app. Get involved.
It's your job. You'll be fine.
Mate, just because everybody seems like they're doing it, doesn't actually mean that they are doing it.
Help your kids understand that betting and sport don't have to go together.
The ads don't always tell you the risks, yeah?
Before you have the talk, check lovethegame.vic.gov.au. Authorised by VRGF Melbourne.
For all the latest Peter Jackson VFL news, results and video links, head to vfl.com.au. Your week is fully planned. See highlights from the latest round of VFL action each Monday. Catch up with all the stats that matter on Tuesday. Wednesday, look through the Toyota Top 5 Plays of the Week. Thursday, stay tuned for the team announcements. Then Friday, preview the next round of action. Visit the Peter Jackson VFL website at vfl.com.au. Get involved.
Love your sport? Then you'll love SEN.
Looks to be the last game of the first set. Almagro leading 5-3.
And you'll find it on digital radio. Simply scroll to SEN, Melbourne's home of sport.
Streaming live through VFL.com.au and Aussie Digital. This is Peter Jackson, VFL Live.
It's the Sandringham Zebras on their way to win number 3 for season 2018 in the Peter Jackson VFL, leading Werribee 17-9, 111 to 10-4, 64. A good third term, though, from the Tigers. They kicked 5 goals but allowed 6 the other way, so you'd probably feel this one is over, and the breeze has been favouring this sorting end of the ground, which Werribee will have at their backs in the final term. Adam Sarikoglu, Michael Lees and Mark Stone in the huddles as we speak. He'll try and get Lindsay Gilby for us. Leedsy, this one has been, well, it's been pretty much controlled by the Zebras from the start. They led by 15 points at quarter time and haven't looked back.
Yeah, from the middle, really, they've controlled it, haven't they? And I guess that was on the cards when Armitage was given a game in the VFL to try and get himself going again. He's been terrific around the footy. Real strong contest all day. I think it's fair to say that Longer has done a lot of damage in the ruck. It was always going to be a big ask for young Jack Berry, who's in his 6th game this season for Werribee, and really coming up against an AFL listed player every week, or week in, week out, every third week. It's not an easy task for him, but he's competed strongly, but the first use has certainly gone the way of the home side. And we spoke about it in the second term. They just couldn't compete for long enough, Werribee, when Sandringham had the advantage, and now they're staring down what would be a pretty intimidating situation, really. Sandringham to kick with the advantage and lead 111 to 64. It's got trouble written on it for mine. I think Werribee have been able to sort of hang in. Sorry, Stoney.
So the huddle's just dispersed here for the Zebras. Stoney, just cut us off.
And sorry, Aaron, just happy with the first 3 quarters?
Oh, yeah, reasonably pleased with most of it. Just a few bits and pieces we're a bit sloppy with defence, but overall not too bad.
What have you asked the places in its like 3/4 time there?
Oh, look, we just got to get back to, we've played some tough opposition the last 4 weeks and again today, and we just got to get back to playing our way and defending well and putting enormous pressure on the opposition when they've got the ball. So
thanks, mate.
Thank you, Stoney. we've been keeping an eye on the live later. Give us that percentage that Sandringham had at the start of the day, Weezy.
That is 74 they came into today with.
Currently with the score as it currently stands, 84.85, Sandringham, 11th spot on the ladder. If this score currently holds up, they'll be 3 and 4. And in 11th spot, Werribee still 13th, 1 and 6. Their only win came on Peter Jackson VFL Live against the old rival Williamstown way back in round 2 or 3, I think that was. Now percentage of 80.56 at the start of the day. It was?
Yep.
It was Werribee's percentage?
Yeah, 85.
85, so that's now down to 80.56 as Sandringham in position, wait for their Werribee counterparts. They've just dispersed from the huddle. John Lamont would be very disappointed with how today's gone for his side.
He would be. He would have understood that they were coming up against, a pretty tough ask after hanging in for so long so far this year. But the interest for me lies in Sandringham now. You heard Aaron Hamill there talk about exactly what they need to execute in this final term, and it is important. They can fill their boots. They can take that percentage up to 90, 91, 92, 93. And I wonder if that's, it's hard to get away from doing the basics, of course, but if they need some, then the talk might just head that way in the last quarter here. They can finish off in a big way, Sandringham, kicking with the advantage of the breeze, and they lead 111 to 64. And we are underway in the final term, and it's Berry and Longer. Really no winner in that. Maloney had it momentarily. Ainsworth got a hold of him and affected the kick, so there was no clean ball. And now it's going to go the way of Sandringham. Ainsworth across to Armitage in front of his man. Played it nicely, hooked it back over the hedge. There was a slightly ambitious kick to Minchington. Allowed the cavalry to arrive, and that was Maloney. He might have been taken high or in the back. No, umpire said keep going, and I will have it. Attacking side of centre wing for Sandringham. Scoreboard side of the ground here at Trevor Barker Oval. And ball to be won at ground level. Yeah, it's Petterwood, couldn't come up with it, but he knocked it on nicely. Oh, gee, turnovers on there. Williams was in the wrong spot there. Wright was in the right spot, though. He got it away to Armitage. He's got some time to settle. Kick inside the 50, and the marker's taken by Battle, and that is not the ideal start if you're a Werribee fan. That looked a little bit easy for Battle, and he'll kick from 30 out directly in front.
There's a kick from Armitage, though.
Beautifully weighted, Stoney.
He waited and waited and waited and just said, run there, and he put the ball there. Pretty simple game, isn't it?
Yes, when things are going well. When they're not, though, things can fall apart on you. Here's Battle from directly in front, and he makes no mistake. His third of the afternoon. Sandringham on to 117. Werribee 64. 2 gone. Final term.
Just to that breeze too. Just it's actually now going into a pocket down this end. So it's actually heading to your face, boys. That's where it's going at the moment. You're sitting in the John Minnie administration office at the moment.
Yeah, friendly confines in here. John Minnie himself is actually lurking today, Stoney. We saw him at half-time. He's actually right by us at the moment.
Been talking about his travels around Australia.
Yeah. Spent some time in, was it Mildura that you told us,
it did.
Stoney? You've done some travelling yourself lately, we know that. Back in the middle, Sandringham again. Go inside 50. No mark taken for Marshall. It's on ground level, approaching the boundary line. Werribee desperately trying to keep it in play. Eventually, Sotomarco watches it go out of play. As his final term develops, we know potentially some changes for St Kilda next week with the road trip coming up against the West Coast Eagles. A couple of players that might be in contention, Stoney. We'll have that conversation as this final term develops. Right, left foot, high wobbler, and in the hole, taking the mark was Sharp. 3 minutes into this final term. Off air at 4:45. If the game's still going, we essentially will be cut off. So we might not get to the end of this game, given the first 3 quarters have been very, very long.
Yes, our Aussie Digital fans can probably rest safe in the knowledge that they will have the result by that stage.
It's probably going to be a Sandringham win, their third of the season. High ball. Beach Road side of the ground. Ball just pinballing around. A bit of volleyball, in fact. Weikart fist down. Cook hacked it forward. Wobbling ball over the head there that time of McLean. It stays in play out the back, and the Tigers will look to mop up. Chipper over the top to Klaas. Takes the mark. Right half back. And he'll just go short. Junk time, I think, Leedsy.
Fair call. Hard to argue with that. Oh, gee. And looks more now. A little error deep in the defensive pocket. Did Canellan throw his man off the footy? He did. Yeah, he's played with some intensity today. He's really owned the contest since he went off with that ankle complaint. Little ball is okay here. And sort of Marco takes the mark in the heart of his defensive 50. Going to go with another short ball to Clears as it. He's going to run off. In the tangerine boots this afternoon is McFarlane. Long handball to Williams. They've worked it to Brett down the line. Maloney. That's a nice chain. Aylett. And they've got some run. Barrack. Oh, they went for one too many. Now the turnover's on. Ainsworth was waiting for it. Underground handball asked a lot of his teammate who was up to it. Goddard got the kick away, but he was taken off balance as he kicked, and now it's out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, Goddard's in a bit of trouble, boys. He just, as he kicked that ball, you would have noticed that there was no penetration in the kick, but he's on the sidelines at the moment.
I'll keep you up to date with that. He's the last man we want to see injured after the run he's had as a young man making his way in the game. He looks like he's getting to his feet. We'll keep you up to date, Sandringham and Saint fans, as the ball at ground level. Henderson couldn't come away with it. There's a big pack of players around this footy going nowhere. Any more, Stoney?
Just come off the ground, boys. He just helped by the doctor and the physio into the dugout. Doesn't look too good, but I think it's might have been hit on the head, not sure.
Try and keep abreast of what's going on there. Here's Armitage, well tackled by Petterwood and Gribble, and the umpire will come in and toss it up. Who's that in front of you getting some work done, Stoney? Werribee.
Ben Maloney getting some work done on the groins actually at the moment.
Hopefully he's going okay. Coming back after a little layoff is Smith. Gee, I've liked his game. Swings a high ball to the middle of the ground. Marshall flew but couldn't bring it to ground. Brett had to beat a couple and couldn't. Good strong tackling. Armitage is there to mop up. He releases Battle. They're streaming forward, Sandringham. Take your pick. Over the top. A chance there deep in the pocket for Marshall. He's going to come up with it. Can he swing it round the body? No. That was an anticlimax. Pulled it too far. One behind the end result.
McFarlane.
No, real damage done, it must be said.
Yeah. And this one's going to be a W for the Zebs as McFarlane goes to himself, and then down a line for Sotomarco, takes the mark. He's had some injury troubles himself. Hand pass back to McFarlane. Over the top, looking for Gribble. Little jump from Hill. Off hands and out of bounds. Boundary throwing. Stoney doing some of his finest at the moment, trying to get some information from the benches. Either they were just indulging in some general conversation with his fellow Werribee colleagues. Bouncing ball, neither ruckman got to it that time. Bouncing ball up for grabs here. Battles in the region for Sandringham. Ball spat out. Petterwood, hand pass off. Tigers looking for an opening. Aylett gets it to Sotomarco, calling for it through the circles. He goes towards half forward. No mark was taken. It was okay, though. Henderson wide with his pass. Maishman, can he get another goal? Slipped over at the wrong moment. Pressure came from Hill once more. Up for grabs. Hand pass comes out. Now it's in the hands of Payton. Just a little dribbler towards centre half forward here for Werribee. Picked up by Sotomarco. Had to get rid of the tackler. Aylett just got away from Hill. Kick didn't go far, but it went far enough. Inside 50, mark taken. Shot on goal coming up. Another Zebra down. And slow to get up on all fours at the moment. Keep an eye on that one. Leedsy.
He's in trouble.
Is it? Weichart again.
Weichart again. Yeah. Next an ankle injury.
Corbett's got the shot for Werribee.
So just the boys who were just asking me, they were impressed by young Rowan Marshall. They just asked me who it was. And so he's caught the attention of a couple of Werribee blokes out there. So good to see.
He doesn't look like he's all that happy here, Weikart. He's not putting any pressure on that right ankle.
Corbett's shot, that's going to miss right, wide sort of right, minus score. 10-5-65, playing 18-10, 118. First score in a while for Werribee. 12 St Kilda listed players out there, Stoney. We'll get some thoughts on who might be in contention for a trip to Perth next week for the Saints and the Eagles. At Optus Stadium, ground level ball just gets hacked out. Didn't go fast. Sotomarco. Hand pass to Rees. Wayward handball for Berry. Boundary throwing as Kurt Aylett continues to get some attention.
Do they bring back David Armitage? Is he finished, or has he got another? You reckon they're just trying to, just get him some form?
He's certainly been strong, Stoney. Wouldn't have done his selection cause any harm at all. Goddard back on the ground too, which is good news. Maloney, strong tackle at half forward. Forces another stoppage. Yeah, Marshall's obviously been in the side. He's kicked the one goal. He's done some good things without being completely overwhelming. Ball at half forward. Munro, Ainsworth, knocked back in. Still going, Munro. I reckon he's gone too far and kicked it out on the full. No, they'll toss it in. Deep in the forward pocket, left for Werribee. 10-5-65 to 18-10, 118. 10 gone final term. It's a good day if you're a Sandringham supporter. Longer, knocked it. Lamb around the corner, he goes high ball. Barrick's there to take the mark. This has been a better 10 minutes from Werribee. Barrick takes the mark. He kicks across the ground looking for something to present, and it does. McFarlane underneath the scoreboard. Got around his man Hayden. Goes on his left boot. High ball. Can he get a mark? Porter can't get a jump at it. He didn't need to. Collins did. Man in front. And the fellow who'd been doing all the work in the back line in the first half has now got a chance in the forward half. And he's shown that he can mark it no matter which line
he's got a good
he's
set
in.
of hands, isn't he, like Sam Collins? He's just he's excellent overhead.
0 goals coming into today. This is his 7th game. Hasn't spent too much time forward, but he makes no mistake here. No one ever got in any trouble for kicking a couple of late goals in a game of footy. 11-5-71 Werribee. Sandringham 18-10, 118. 11 gone in the final term. Collins gets his first of the year.
They need about 8 more in the next 20 minutes, they actually Werribee, which may not happen.
That would make for a very entertaining finish, Stoney.
We wouldn't be air on it, or we'd be still, the game would be still going to go off air.
Well, we'll keep our viewers online on the stream, of course, until the end of the game. But if you are on Aussie Digital, we will cease the broadcast at 4:45. Half-time, Melbourne 74-26 against Adelaide.
Just running my eyes through St Kilda's list, and a number of guys out here today that have played numerous games this year at the higher level. You mentioned Rowan Marshall just before, so interesting to see who is going to perhaps put their hands up in this last 20 minutes today in a game that is essentially junk time, but a couple of guys out there that are looking for another opportunity at AFL level. Werribee ball here inside 50. Corbett's got it again. Is it Corbett?
I was downfield. Reese got pulled over the shoulder. So it was a downfield free kick, and it's Kyle de Clace has got the footy.
Slight angle for the 12th goal of the day for Werribee, and for 2 in a minute across the face. Minus score. 11-6-72 playing 18-10, 118. Rowan Marshall has played the 5 games this year for St Kilda. Armitage has played 6. Long has played 2, all out here today.
Here's Brett doing hard work. Can't come up with it. So 12, almost 13 gone now in this last term, and Sandringham just need to make sure that they make the most of this opportunity to pile on some percentage. That breeze still going, Stoney?
Yeah, still a couple of goals, Breeze. Just dropped away a bit, but still there.
Wright comes away through the middle of the ground. Can they use it here? Long ball to Hayden, who takes it 48 from goal.
He can get the distance here if he's keen.
Yes, and that's probably the wise thing to do, as Werribee stream back in defence, trying to make life difficult. Hayden has won this afternoon. 3 for the year. This is his 5th game. He's inside the paint on a 45-degree angle. Looked like he struck it pretty well, and that is a perfectly executed shot at goal. His 2nd of the afternoon. 124 Sandringham, Werribee 72. 14 gone last term.
Yeah, just that breeze is just there, and knew his distance, and good young player, young Hayden. I like him a lot. Do you think he's going to go a long way? Actually, he's got a lot of ability.
Bobbed up a little bit today. 2 goals today, 4 for the season. Nathan, right a chance for St Kilda. One game this year, only 5 disposals at AFL level.
Yeah, I think they're all a chance. I think it depends what sort of you think with St Kilda at the moment they can have a look at a lot of players and try and build for the future and get the right mix, because obviously they've been struggling to get the right mix in their team, but better performance yesterday. But a lot of the boys here, obviously Longer and Marshall, those big boys should be given an opportunity, I reckon, more and more towards the end of the year.
So a clearance here for the Tigers. Gribble goes high towards half forward. No mark taken. Ball ricocheted into the hands of Armitage and goes wide with his ball. Sandringham streaming on the outer side, but overrunning at that time was Zilla. Still a Zebra's ball. McLean worked his way through inside 50 and went up, didn't take the mark. This is Porter, Barrick.
My ball.
Wobbler, bouncing. You're not going to quite get there, Stoney. The ball just held up. Canellan. Inboard now goes Payton. That's okay. Armitage takes the mark. Little left foot stab. He's okay. Potentially a shot on goal. What's the Breeze doing at the moment, Stoney?
Yeah, 2-goal Breeze, and could get the journey here if he puts it high enough into the air.
I reckon Josh Battle was thinking, I've got 5 metres on my man here, and the runner came out to give him a message. It's fair to say he wasn't all that interested in what he had to say. He wanted the kick to him.
Timing is everything in life, Weezy. So they say.
Kicks on the way. A 52-point lead will be extended at the goal line. Goal for Sandringham. Zilla just snuck out the back. I thought I was going to go through for a point. Zilla ended up just picking up the uncontested ball and kicked a very easy goal from the goal line, and a bit going on afterward as well. So another goal for Sandringham. It's 130 now, playing 72. 16 gone final term. Again, our Aussie digital listeners, we will you'll be leaving us in 12 minutes from now. 4:45. A chance the game will still be going at that point.
So half the list has had a lick this afternoon. Goal kickers across 12 players for Sandringham. They've spread the load quite nicely. Here's Seckel trying to come away through the middle. Can he get them going again? He does. High ball. Marshall the target. 2 to beat. Free kick going to Werribee. Barrack will come up with the footy.
Umpires do a good job there. You know, look, there's about 5 players around the ball, and they're able to pick a free kick from that. It's just incredible what they see when you're looking in close enough to the action. Good.
Yeah, spot on, Stoney. Coughlin is the man who's got the footy deep in his defensive 50. It ships and finds Sharp. That's nicely done. Thought about the handball to Waylett and then thought better of it. 50 metres. The man on the mark. It was Hayden there, ruled to have gone a little early, and the umpire says, come with me. So Sharp's almost in the centre circle, stabbing ball. That's okay for Peterwood. He takes it, not paid.
Was that a
mark? Not 15, was it? Hayden goes to work. He's got Porter for company. Well played, Josh. Got the footy, gets it inside the 50. They're not going to get a mark here. Who's going to go to work at ground level? Comes to Henderson. He's got Lamb to beat round the corner towards the canteen, which has just nailed the chips this afternoon.
Snitzelberger's a
An
pretty good
exemplary performance from everywhere in the Zebras, everyone in the Zebras kiosk. You're happy to get some on the way out too, as Weikart kicks a long ball that gets him out of trouble. Just momentarily, perhaps, as the ball to be won in a contest. It's going to come Werribee's way. Maishman on the end of it. He tucks it under the arm. Has a flying shot from 45. It's away to the right-hand side. 2-1 to Joe Maishman this afternoon. And the kick-in is okay here.
Armitage has the ball, goes short on the left. And Sandringham are going to be happy just to pretty much run out this clock now. They secured the W about a half hour ago. In the middle of the ground, Zilla goes wide, Battle. On the lead's Marshall. Canellan as well. Marshall's the target, put up the Dukes, didn't bring it down. Canellan, ground level, hand pass out.
Oh! Yes.
A real rough sort of push there and a free kick going Sandringham's way. It's just near on reckless there from Kurt Aylett and the free kick to be taken by Zilla.
I think maybe he was a little stiff in that he didn't see him early enough, and then when he did, it was sort of too late and crashed into him.
Zilla too far out, went looking for Answorth, straight down the throat though of Tom Gribble. And he kicks it straight into Answorth. Gets his hand pass out, needed some help. Right, went wide. Kick smothered. Boundary throw in. Good smother that time from Williams. We'll have a ball in.
Must be tough getting towards the end of a game when you've run for 100 minutes and you're out on your feet and you just want the game to end, and you just got to keep giving an effort.
We're about to tick into time on. Final term. Goes out of play once more. Next week, Peter Jackson, VFL Live, a huge game between Collingwood and Richmond. I don't think either of you two will be with us on that one. Stoney?
No, I won't be there.
Hilly will have...
Hilly will be there next week.
Hilly back. Anthony Stangerts will join us as well for that one. Guess what happened? Another stoppage.
Could be a grand final preview, that
Absolutely.
one, actually, that game.
Just round the grounds quickly, boys. Demons by 48 points at half-time.
Good to see Collingwood going well at this level, Stoney. Since the alignment ended with Williamstown maybe a decade and a half ago, they've been one of these AFL-aligned sides in the VFL that haven't exactly enjoyed, I guess, contender status too often.
They've embraced it, but I think that once Nathan Buckley saw that his players got a lot out of winning the game.
Big jump by Porter there.
Yeah.
Keep going, Stoney.
That got a lot out of winning games of footy, that they decided that, we should get fair income.
Corbett has the ball here, and he goes inside 50. Now Hooper into Glass. Could have raffled. Umpire spotted a free kick as they're all tracking back. Downfield, so it'll go Werribee's way, point-blank range. They should get goal number 12 for the day. Jared Rivers, the new coach at Collingwood now.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I think Nathan Buckley made a statement a few years back that, if his players are going to play VFL football, that they had to be competitive and they had to learn how to win games. I think early on when it started, boys, keep going. Yeah.
So the Claws will come in and kick an easy goal. 3 for the day, 12-7-79, playing 20-10, 130.
So he decided obviously it was important that his players learn how to, the winning feeling, singing a song, competing, and the whole mindset. I think a lot of clubs actually in the VFL have changed that mindset now, that they do see, Richmond in particular, last year. Footscray the year before. Box Hill have sort of said, well, we need our VFL sides to be competitive and winning games, because it teaches our players about development and winning games, and I think it's a good thing. Hello, what's going on here?
Blood roll.
Yep.
The umpire's done well to spot that.
That's,
a long way out.
Yeah, it is.
Rowan Marshall, is it?
For a half a second, I thought that it would not be an opportune moment for Sandringham to be on the wrong end of a head count.
Do we ever see that? Do you ever see it anymore? I don't think I've ever seen that.
We had one out at
Windy
Hill a couple of years ago, Stoney.
North Ballarat and the Bombers.
Did the score get... what happened there?
No, I think they found that there was equal numbers for memory.
They get fined for that, if you do that willy-nilly now.
Why do we still have head counts on?
Oh, why not? It's a good way to stop some momentum, if nothing else. Here's Maishman in the middle.
I'm going to make a point in a moment.
Here they come, Sandringham at half-back. Yeah, nicely played. Through a bit of traffic. That was well done by Langlands. He goes to half-forward. Barrick's got the sit. Fists it away. Tries to find a teammate at ground level. Gee, yeah, I thought it might have been too high on Rees too. It came to Big Berry, who sort of dived, sort of half fell over like a big man can sometimes. and we're inside the 50, they'll toss it up.
Adam, what's your point?
This isn't basketball, okay? So if you're playing basketball and you've got an extra man on the court, huge advantage. Okay, you've got the biggest field of all sort of ball sports in the world, Australian rules football. You've got the most players out there as well. Is 17 on 18 really a massive advantage? Really? High ball, top of the square, bouncing ball. There's a whistle as the ball went through. Free kick, Werribee. Is there really a massive advantage, Tony, if it's 19 versus 18?
But it's a rule, right?
I know it's a rule, but...
Yeah, it's a rule that you can't have more than 18 players on the ground.
Is it a punishment that suits the crime, though? You score wiped out if you accidentally have 19 men on the field.
I suppose it's been there a long time.
Exactly. It doesn't mean it should still be there now.
Yeah,
it's an antiquated rule.
But is it in junior footy? Should it be? I think it should be there. Senior footy may not. Junior footy, you'd hate to think that some teams would, do it for an advantage.
It is a bizarre thing that still is in the laws of the game rule book. I'm not a big fan of it, Stoney.
Okay.
It's just not required for our game, I don't think.
For another day.
If a 19th man sneaks on, Stoney, it's not a huge advantage. Not in this game.
That's 50 metres.
So there was a shot on goal after the whistle from Hayden, and that's going to be a 50-metre penalty for Werribee. Our audio audience, if you haven't noticed, well into junk time. This game's well and truly over. Sandringham will snap a 4-game losing streak. 20-10, 130, leading Werribee 12-7, 79.
We're only at the 24-minute mark, 25-minute mark.
51. We've had long quarters, 51-point lead. And going into attack is Boyd.
Going to be marked in defence by Goddard, who's back onto the ground. Good to see. So my co-commentator would be happy for just 26 on 15 and see how we go. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced you haven't lost it over the journey, Adam. We're at centre wing, 130 to 79. We've got to have something to keep us going.
Clearly an exaggeration.
Here. Handball okay. Munro inside the 50, and that's a nice kick. Finds Corbett. Would have been difficult if he was off the ground and 17 was playing 18.
I feel like you would notice if it's 26 v 15 out on the ground, Leesy. But if it's 19 v 18, would you even notice?
Well, you try a season when you've got 18 and the opposition's gone 19, and we'll see how we go. I'm coaching the team that's got 19.
I'm saying it should be punished, just not with the head count and the potential for your score to be wiped out.
Here's Corbett. Kicks and goals. Yeah, that's a nice kick. Nice finish. 85 to 130. This is looking a bit more respectable than it might have at different stages throughout the afternoon. He's got his second of the day, Josh Corbett. That's 18 for the year, Stoney, from 6 games. He's in good touch.
Yeah, he's a good young player. He's one potentially. Hopefully he can get drafted into the year. I would love to see him to go. He's from already story from down North Warrnambool Eagles and through development through into a senior footballer, and he's only going to get better as his football goes on, so a good result for young Josh.
North versus Freo underway. Kangas have had the first 3 scoring shots all behinds. It's 3 to zip.
Berry jumped high in that ruck contest, but not to advantage. Zilla dispossessed, turnover, and Munro sends Werribee inside 50. There's a whistle before that mark. Now, what's it going to be? Free kick going Werribee's way to be claimed by Coughlin.
Sandy, free kick.
Okay, umpire. Pointed the wrong way. Commentators don't like that. McFarlane.
Been good.
Takes the mark. Been probably Werribee's best today.
Yep.
He's had a lot of the ball. Chips it wide. The class been okay as well across half forward. Into an open forward line, but the kick was too hot for Hooper. And it's just a line of zebras that work this out across half back with a wayward handball from Hill. Collins cut it off. And we have a ball up in the centre square.
More behinds for North, 4 to nothing. That's a remarkable score at half-time. Demons by 48 points over Adelaide.
Super accurate as well. What's that? 13 goals too? 12 goals too. Sandringham ball here. And just running onto it nicely was Payton. Read the ball well. Takes it in front of the interchange gates. So they get a little percentage boost here, Sandringham. The percentage has not been great to start this season. It's win number 3. Kick inside 50 gets cut off. Williams switches. Another stat for the class, another stat for McFarlane inboard. Sotomarco. Reckon he's had a good second half. Aylett came through to middle, through to corridor, towards half forward. Bouncing ball, that gets held up And we have a ball up inside the centre square.
So, sorry, Stoney.
Have I got time for an interview? Is that going to happen?
Well, if we haven't already lost our Aussie Digital audience, they're about to leave us. It will be a win for Sandringham, but we'll still try and sneak one in, I guess, Stoney, if you like. Unless this quarter goes for another 6 minutes, of course.
I think it might be a struggle, Stoney.
Okay.
As the Bulls move to the wing, Canellan in front of his man there, Sotomarco, has to retreat. Haven't seen much of that this afternoon. Lamb has it at half back. He's going to kick over the top and couldn't find his man. Brett couldn't quite come up with the footy. Weikart, who's spent a bit of time being escorted from the ground with the arms of trainers, has done well. Inside the 50 they go. That came from Seckle. Can they make the most of it? Gee, look at this. Right on the line, McFarlane did well against Smith, who has had a good day out. 3 goals to Nathan Smith. 1 behind. Probably, I reckon we'll go home with more bruises than goals, but feel not too bad about it all.
Certainly Epsom salt job.
They've banked the points as Porter
Stopping his own
to
job.
Aylett.
Stopping his own
Oh,
stuff.
now what's happened here is Smith in trouble. He's grabbed his arm, his left shoulder. No, it's just his jumper's copped a bit of a rip. He's okay. He's going to go again. I'm just living in fear of what's going on this afternoon for him. Near the line, Cook can't keep it in. They'll toss it in. Collins has gone back as Werribee trying and stem the flow, and I think really has provided some steadiness back there when they tried to get him forward and get moving on the scoreboard. Unfortunately, it opened up the gates a little bit. But when you've only got one of him, it's a hard decision to make. Ball at ground level here. Petterwood. Oh, strong stuff from Cook. Got it away to Ainsworth. His handball to Seckle through his hands. Williams can't get it away. At ground level, Maishman under all sorts of pressure. Dragged it back in. He's in trouble here. Got away with it on the fact that the umpire was just on the wrong side. Not that the umpire was doing anything wrong. It's a tough call, but Maishman allowed his experience to come to the fore there. Ruck contest here. Marshall down to Maishman. Just went the back heeler looking for the line. Got it. McFarlane escorted over the line now. Through a little bit of feeling and all of that. Players are dead set too tired to carry on at this stage. 31 gone. Probably another 6 to go in the last term. 130 to 85.
I've got me miner's hat on with the little light. Is that okay?
It is getting dark as Berry gets front position. Marshall knocked it on. Ainsworth, well tackled. Ball spills off hands. Sharp tried to get rid of it. Weikart to Marshall. Close confines to Ainsworth. Across the body. Good contest from Battle. Made sure that there was no mark to Brett. And they'll toss it in deep in the forward pocket.
Live ladder, Sandringham in 11th spot, 85.04, and Werribee 13th at 1 and 6, 81.42. Their only win against Williamstown. Boundary throw in. Marshall, minute actually uncontested, but he ran into trouble. Snap on goal. Is there a late one here for the Zebras? One more.